Anthony Radio Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
Well, thank you.
Palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's not forget that Jay Leno's starting his brand new TV show. What? Next week already.
Is it next week?
Is it?
That's why James Norton has been absent.
James Norton.
Jimmy Nordone.
I think he comes back for like 2 days next week. He's going to give us 2 days next week.
That's it. He's going to throw us a bone.
Yeah.
Give us a couple of days.
I think he's busy with a big network TV show.
I know.
I think this Jay Leno show is going to kick ass.
You think?
I think it's going to start a new trend. I think it's going to make everybody else move their late night shows down an hour.
You think
hour
so?
and a half? Absolutely.
They're going to move into, you know something? If one thing does succeed like that, you do notice they all pile on.
Yeah.
So I think you're onto something there.
Because I'm hearing that he's going to do kind of, not an all-out variety show.
Yeah.
But there's going to be more of a variety show feel to it, which makes sense with what TV's doing.
And he could kind of pull that off, Leno, because like his show, I think he was very good at mixing that in with the talk show. What about the other late night talk shows? How are they doing? Because I used to, every so often, I would be like, Conan's on. Let me check it out. Like when he was on late night. Mm-hmm. And I have not seen Conan at all since he's been on the earlier shift.
I take a peek at Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
But that's on the old DVR.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a very good question.
Because I noticed I just have not, since he started, watched the first show, just to kind of see it.
Right.
And have not watched anything since then. And like I said, I used to, I used to like Conan. I'd tune in when he was on late night, watch that. Now,
I really don't know. I don't know how he's doing. I know this much. If you watch TV, they are promoting the hell out of Jay Leno. Jay Leno's getting more exposure now than he ever did.
Really?
Oh, my God. They're running promos, and no matter what show you got on NBC, they have a little, like, that graphic. Jay Leno starts...
Hate the graphic.
September, whatever.
Hate the graphic when I'm watching the show.
Yeah, it's getting out of control.
Some of the ones on some of the channels, if I have to see that fucking Benjamin Bratt come walking out of the side of my screen for that, what looks like an awful show...
Yeah.
What is it called? The cleaner, the closer, the cleaner, the cleaner.
The duster, I think.
Where it's like, oh, look, he's trying to get another guy off drugs or booze.
Yay.
That looks like a horrible show. And I'll be watching the show, and he comes walking onto my show.
And he's covering up something that's very important.
Yes. Hate that.
On the show that you are watching.
There he is, the cleaner.
Yeah.
Oh, God. How these shows just continue? Does anyone watch that?
Do you get scared sometimes when these people walk out from the sides of your TV? Right. What are you doing?
Get out of here.
All right. Labor Day countdown in the works.
Oh, well, Labor Day weekend coming up. Isn't it late this year or some shit?
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Very smart. Just trying to add another week onto summer. But the problem is, like nature already knows, in this area of the country.
I know.
It's already like fall.
It's a little chilly in the morning, and then in the daytime the sun comes out, but not really beating down on you as hard.
No. Yeah, we had a wash of a summer. Worst summer in recent memory.
It poured until August.
Right.
It's pretty much what happened.
And then we got like a heat wave, and then everyone freaked out. It's like, stop freaking out about the heat wave. We could take advantage of this and enjoy this for a few more days.
Have some fun, you bastards.
But the Labor Day countdown is in the works, and I don't know if they do this in your city, but here in New York.
Oh, well.
David Hinckley. Thank God we got someone like David Hinckley.
Yes.
He writes for radio for the Daily News here in New York City.
Fantastic.
And he gives you the rundown of what all the radio stations are doing for Labor Day weekend.
Well, it is, it's 2009.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 2009. I would assume they've finally figured out something new,
right,
and exciting,
right,
especially with all of the all of the options people have on this day and age to radio itself, to broadcast radio. There's satellite radio. There's your iPhones, your iPods, different MP3 players. There's so many options.
Well, he lists all the options.
So how they spice it up for the future. We're in 2009.
Well, what David Hinckley does, you just rip out this from the paper, and you can put it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And then you know where to go all weekend long.
Oh, that's
for
handy.
your listening pleasure.
How handy.
Labor Day countdowns in the works. At least 4 radio stations will be serving up countdowns over the Labor Day weekend, including 2 that may sound a little different from what we have heard in the past.
Are you kidding?
There's going to be 4 radio stations doing countdowns.
Amazing.
WCBS FM.
Sibia.
What do they do? Like oldies? But I think they're now playing songs in the 90s.
Yeah, they're
kind of dipping into the
oldies.
90s. CBS FM hints there could be shakeups near the top of the top 500.
Say it isn't so. Are you kidding me? Boy, they are trying to get people to tune in with the same old fucking dreck.
Hence, there could be shakeups near the top of the top 500 countdown.
Same old dreck.
All that means is they're going to not have Stairway to Heaven as number 1.
Yeah,
Stairway to Heaven will be number 2 this year, and Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who will be number 1.
What a shakeup.
That will be a hell of a shakeup.
Wow.
I don't know if we'll be able to survive that.
Imagine that.
Some radio station, I swear to God, we're in the business.
Yeah.
Obviously. Broadcasting from New York. Mm-hmm. I don't know what WRXP is. Do you know what WRXP is? For real?
Travis is nodding, yes.
Yeah, it's the rock station. I know Matt Pinfield does the morning show.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, wait.
So it's the only rock station in New York anymore.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. They were kind of interested in us when we got the boot.
Oops.
Apparently, that's also where Nick Carter works now.
Oh, good old Nick. All right, so the only rock station in New York, I should know that, but you know what? I mean, let's pet the dog today. Sirius XM has plenty of fine rock stations.
Yeah.
I don't need to find a commercial rock station at this point in my life. For music, anyway.
No.
Is new in the survey game, Anthony. Mm-hmm. And program director Leslie Fram says the top 1,019 songs of all time will be markedly different from most rock station countdowns of the past.
Hold on. The top what?
1,019, because they have to use their own frequency.
Do you think people are sitting there going, that is not the 856th best song? I would have put that at 830.
You know, I had to I actually had to help put these lists together.
Yee.
And know what you really do?
Do you just throw darts at a wall full of music?
You program the radio station with your regular rock songs.
Like you normally would.
But you pick out some of the really good ones that you would normally just play. And then put them at the top of the list, and then the rest of the music is just the same old
what
shit.
the station plays.
Because, like you said, no one is sitting there going, "Wait a minute, this shouldn't be 856. This should be more 472."
Dude, that one, and they get the calls like, "Dude, that's way up. This should be top 10," and you put it 590.
You know what? I guarantee most of the people that listen to WRXP and if they listen over the weekend, they won't even know they're listening to some dumb countdown.
No,
Labor Day
won't
countdown.
Did that used to be the jazz station CD 101.9?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah. Well, CD 101 was in town forever.
I never knew it was changed.
No. So the program director promising that it's going to be a little shakedown going on with their countdown.
All right, listen up then.
And then she continues, that's right, Stairway to Heaven may not be number 1. I was just joking about that a mere 2 minutes ago, and now it's being referenced.
They put it in the article. All right, here's the fucking playlist. What? Don't Come Around Here No More, Tom Petty.
Right.
Kashmir, Led Zeppelin. Come As You Are, Nirvana. No Sunlight. Death Cab for Cutie.
That's a good band, actually.
Surrender, Cheap Trick. Only Happen When It Rains. Of course, Garbage. One Thing Leads to Another. The Fix. Zombie.
You know what? You know, some dumb program director, whatever her name is, she probably makes easily 6 figures to put that list together.
Yeah.
A kid could put a better list together on his iPod.
Yeah.
Well, I should say iPhone, really.
They do on a daily basis.
Yeah. The average kid could put together a much better list of songs. Well, Anthony, we continue. The Labor Day countdown's in the works. Thank you, David Hinckley. I'm going to put this in my back pocket so I can scan the dial all weekend long.
Take the one out from your pocket from last year, and we'll compare it.
It's probably the exact same thing.
Goddamn thing.
Also, don't miss, David Hinckley says, WBAI 99.5 FM. Alone These Days, it says Alone These Days will do, what is Alone These, what is he, Also, not to miss WBAI. Alone These Days. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. We'll do wall-to-wall coverage of the Caribbean Parade on Eastern Parkway Monday.
All right. That sounds exciting to listen to.
So you get to hear like a live parade on WBAI.
You hear a lot of steel drums, I bet.
Honestly, that's a little different, at least. Q104. Happy Hour Kickoff tomorrow at 4 with Jerry Martyr.
Wow, he's still doing that.
Yes.
Holy shit. God bless Jer, man. Let me tell you. He's still doing that fucking Jerry's Gin Joint kind of a thing he did back in like the 80s.
Well, he's a huge fan of ours, so I really don't feel like trashing the guy.
I love Jerry Martyr. Don't get me wrong.
But I feel sorry for him, and if he wants me to take him out with my car, I will certainly do that for you, Jerry.
If you see him walk crossing the street.
Just give me a wink next time you see me, and I know, all right, you want me to end your miserable life of radio. Poor Jerry. But here's the difference. He used to do Jerry's Gin Joint.
Jerry's Gin Joint.
For some old timers, that are from the Long Island area, where he would do a broadcast from the studio, but he made it sound like he was live.
It was brilliant, especially for the time. He'd have sound effects and everything. It sounded like he was broadcasting from a place that you wanted to be at.
Right.
It just sounded cool.
Well, I worked at BAB at the time, and the phones would ring off the hook because everyone was trying to find this
They're
place.
like, where is he?
Where Jerry was broadcasting from. That's how good he was.
Jerry's Gin Joint. And you'd hear like beers popping. And
well, this is how stupid radio is. That was a brilliant show that Jerry put together himself.
Yep.
And he was always trying to make it better with, like, he would have, like, fake contests that were going on.
Yeah.
And you would walk in the studio, and you would at least think the studio was rocking, and there's Jerry just sitting behind a microphone.
With a bunch of carts with his sound effects.
Right. But
there'd be pool ball. Like, you'd hear people, like, breaking a rack of pool balls and shit.
So I was new to the business, so I thought at least the studio had a lot of this stuff. Right. I knew that he was using sound effects, but I really thought that he was doing it with other people.
Yeah.
He would be talking to imaginary people.
Yeah.
Give me a beer and all that. Anyway, this is how stupid radio is. So Jerry did that show for many, many years. Now he just goes to freaking bars.
A real bar.
A real bar. It's not the same thing.
No.
He can't use his imagination as well if he's in a studio with a bunch of sound effects. After that, Q104 will continue this Labor Day weekend with double plays. Ready for this, Anthony? Double plays of Beatles all weekend.
Wow. So you're getting like two Beatles songs. They won't just play one Beatles song.
Well, they don't want to call it twofers.
Yeah,
because that's two for Tuesday. So they're calling it double plays.
It's a double play.
Yeah, they're giving you two songs by the Beatles all weekend long.
Wow.
And then Sunday night at 9, Jonathan Clark interviews Joe Perry and John Fogerty.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
did that need to be in a radio article?
Yes, apparently.
We did the BAI, right? Pre-Caribbean parade coverage.
Yeah.
All right. But then they're going to be doing something called Telling It Like It Is with Jacqueline Mestre.
That sounds
and
angry.
Others.
That sounds angry, I bet. Yeah. I bet the way she's telling it like it is nothing like I want it.
No, I don't think she's going to be friendly to Whitey.
No. Tell it like it is.
BAI, they were pretty... What was the station that was just unbelievable when we were growing up?
Jesus
Where it was
Christ.
all black.
Oh, LIB.
LIB.
Liberation. It was WLIB.
Oh, man.
They were angry.
Hell yeah, they were.
I used to listen to that all the time when I was working for a living, like up on rooftops. I almost like punted my radio off the roof so many times just because this guy would just annoy the piss out of me.
Right.
Gary Bird. It's Imhotep Gary Bird talking about how melanin in the system is better for the brain. So the more melanin you have, the more developed your brain becomes. And I'm sitting there going, shut the fuck up. Just racial epithets flying out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. Imhotep Gary Bird will have a special guest on why white people suck.
Yeah.
Really?
If you like this radio shit, you should try to find some of those old tapes.
Oh, those old clips are great.
They're pretty amazing.
I have some right here. I could, we could pull them in the back.
Do you? Yeah, get us one.
Get a real angry one.
Get a really good one. Moving on in. Labor Day countdowns in the works for all the radio stations here in New York. WBZO. Ready for this? I don't even know what WBZO is.
It's the Bozo.
The Bozo?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I would call it the Bozo.
I bet you they don't even do that.
No.
I would listen to a station just called
Hey, it's the Bozo.
Why not? Listener voted top 103 party songs.
Listener voted.
Yeah.
Now, Obi, you've been in the biz for quite some time. How does listener voted stuff work in the radio station behind the scenes?
I don't know because we've never paid attention to the listeners.
Never really gave.
No, you make believe you care about them. You make believe when they call in for their requests, when they email their top party songs.
Yeah.
You don't even check your email.
Isn't it
Because you know
pretty
what?
much
The program director knows better.
Yeah. Isn't it pretty much the PD will put together the list?
Yes.
And then if someone requests a song on that list,
So happened to.
you'll then play it.
Yes.
And then play their request that's
Yes.
been taped.
Yes.
So it sounds like listener voted.
Yes.
Hey, Jenny voted for this one.
Yeah.
And then they'll play her asking for it.
I've said many, many times. I mean, I did a lot of rock radio before getting into this talk business, and I never understood the person that couldn't figure out the whole request thing.
Yeah.
I would sit there and do music shows, and I would get a minimum of 100 calls an hour.
Yeah.
You could only play maybe 12 songs an hour.
It's all in the numbers. Figure it out.
Right, just figure it out.
Do the math.
No one's playing your request.
No.
In a blue moon, maybe. But like Ann said, if a song just happened to be coming up and you called for it, yeah, sure, Tom in Central Islip, here's your Zeppelin.
Yeah. Wasn't the last hour of your show the all request and dedication hour?
Oh, yeah.
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 And were they requests?
No. No.
No.
Half the names I used back then were my cousins, my friends, just so they could hear their names on the radio. I would use nicknames that only like
great.
old, college buddies.
Yeah.
No.
That's the all request and dedication hour.
I would always use the names of my friends and family.
That's great. It's all bullshit.
CBS FM, we did that. Okay, WFDU.
The fudge?
Check this out, Ann.
What?
Labor
The
Day
Fadugu?
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
WFDU.
Yeah.
Rich Sabello plays an all-food show.
That isn't really in there, is it?
Yes.
Is that really in the newspaper?
Yes. Rich Sabello, this Labor Day weekend, is going to play an all-food show.
How do you do that on the air?
I don't know what that means.
What is an all-food show, by the way?
I don't know. I
I just don't know.
I mean, the caller is WFDU. Is it... Do they talk about food to begin with?
I have no idea.
No, it's Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Oh, excuse me.
Why is she dressed like a fairy princess this morning?
Yeah, your ex is doing traffic on Channel 11
in a prom dress.
Yeah, she looks like she was at some kind of ball last night.
I don't know. It was interesting. It just doesn't look right.
WFUV, Anthony.
Yes.
Labor Day song features on the Mile Falty. Wow, man, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Is that the name of the person that does the show?
Well, maybe.
Or is it the name of the show? What does that mean? Mile Failte. What does that mean?
Felty. You threw me.
All right. They're doing Mixed Bag, Sunday Breakfast, Woody's Children, Sunday Opinions, and American Roots. Or routes, like roads.
They're just going to talk about roads.
Yeah, not roots as in roots. WHUD, top 300 most played songs. That's what they're doing.
Why would you play the most played songs? Aren't they? Doesn't that mean they're played out?
Of course.
So why play all of them together?
WKTU, party songs, tomorrow at 1 p.m.
All right.
WQHT, Hot 97, party mixes all weekend.
Party mix.
WWFS, flashback weekends, 80s and 90s.
Oh, I'm there.
And our old station, I guess it's now a pop station.
What?
92.3.
Oh, yeah.
K-Rock. It'll always be K-Rock.
Yeah.
Labor Day Live. Ready for this? They're doing 9-minute, 23-second mini mixes all weekend.
9:23.
Mini mixes.
You know, first of
What's
all,
a mini mix?
a mini mix.
What's a mini mix?
You know, first of all, enough with having to do something with the frequency. No one cares about the frequency. You don't have to match your frequency number with what you're doing.
Mini mixes. Danny, do you know what a mini mix is?
I'm assuming
Mini
it's
mix.
like a regular sized mix, but not as large.
Is it? But see, if I read this, I'd go, wow, they're playing even more fucking commercials.
Yeah.
They already played too many fucking commercials. Now
Every-
they're only playing 9 minutes and 23 seconds of music.
And then you hear commercial.
That's
Right.
what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, but I think what it is they're just going to, like, do a, I don't know. Like
Maybe it's a
like
9-minute, 23-second commercial break.
Like, instead of playing Lady Gaga's, like, just the regular version of Poker Face or one of those fucking songs she does.
An extended mix.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fuck, that would get tedious.
After a while, right?
Who?
So there you go. Wait, this guy knows what what? Hold on. Tim in Cleveland. Tim, what do you got?
Hey, yeah, Mele Falte, you'll see it in a lot of Irish bars. It's usually like on a little plaque. It stands for a million thank yous. It's Irish.
So they're
That's
doing
all it stands.
so they're doing that Saturday from 8 to 9. I still don't know what that means. What are they going to play a couple Irish songs?
Maybe it just means a million thank yous, and they got a big Irish audience. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you for at least we know what that means.
Trying
now.
to clear it up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Thanks.
the name of the show, actually.
Oh, really?
It's Fordham University's radio station.
Oh,
so.
God. He's putting
They've
college
got a
radio
million
stuff in
different
there.
shows.
Yeah,
Right.
All right. Let's go to Brian in Philly. Brian.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, man.
Check out this wackiness. WOGL in Philly is playing their entire playlist, but instead of doing it from A to Z, they're doing a Z to A weekend.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
Are you kidding me? So they're just using last year's list and just flipping it.
But, yeah, what do we do? Just take last year's list and flip it over.
All right. Let me go to Draws in Jersey. Draws.
Hey, good evening.
Hey, Draws.
Evening.
I was listening to Classic Rewind yesterday, and this weekend they're doing the STD weekend, singles, triples, and doubles. Now it's
STD,
okay.
also sexually transmitted disease. That's funny.
Yeah. All right, well, that's about it. Punching out.
Singles, triples, and doubles.
Yeah. That's take the baseball angle. You play one, two, or three songs by an artist, I guess.
Yeah.
That's great.
Let's go to Mike in Hudson Valley.
Hey, boys.
Mike?
Yeah, what's going on? WPDH broadcasted out of Poughkeepsie, 101.5.
Yeah.
This is their fourth year in a row now. They're doing the top 1,015. But started this Wednesday, and this is what their pitch line is. Wait by your grill on Monday afternoon around 5 o'clock. We'll have the final top 5 songs. The same thing every 4 years.
Jesus
No one,
Christ.
and I mean no one cares about that
I'm
shit.
going to be waiting for it. I got to stand by and wait for the top 5 songs.
1,000.
I'm embarrassed by this business.
15.
I really am.
Yeah, it's.
I'm embarrassed by this business.
There's zilch creativity left
no.
in
There's
in
no-
radio.
boys.
There's
All right.
nothing left.
Thank you,
There's the
sir.
same shit they've been feeding people for what? For fucking decades.
Forever. So there you go. David Hinckley's radio column talking
Yeah.
about what all the radio stations are doing this Labor Day weekend.
Well,
there's not
can't wait.
one that stands out with something
No.
like, now that's cool, that's
Yeah.
different,
Yep.
that's unique.
Or
We're doing a wrestling interview countdown.
Are we really?
Yes, the best wrestling interviews of all time.
On this channel?
Yeah, well, that you guys have done.
Oh, man, we got to start paying attention again. Are you kidding? How did that get past us?
WWE bought time.
Oh, that's why.
oh, okay. So it's like an infomercial. Great.
We're now doing infomercials?
Fantastic. Remember when
Wait,
radio
that's a
stations-
bunch of... that sounds horrible.
It's-
I love the WWE.
Yeah.
We promote. We've sold a lot of tickets over the years for those guys. What is this?
It's the best WWE interviews that you guys have done in your entire career.
So like, hey, here's fucking, you know.
Do you remember that time when you guys had the game in?
Right.
Yeah.
Sam,
and he spanked that chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam, what's
and
going on?
JB.
First of all, it's not a countdown.
What is it?
It's
not?
just a show. There's no countdown element.
It's all our wrestling interviews?
And before we get crazy, it's
Are you
brought to
hosting
you
this?
by WWE Classics on Demand.
Yeah, good for them. I'm happy for them.
And who's hosting this?
There's 3 hosts.
3 hosts.
All right, let me guess.
All right.
You.
Primetime Sam Roberts.
Obviously, E-Rock.
E-Rock.
Who's the third, though? Do I know the third?
Oh, you know him.
It's not Danny, and it's not Travis.
It's a celebrity host.
Wow.
Who's the celebrity?
Mankind?
No.
Oh, see, that would have been good.
He's not in
'cause
WWE
Taz
anymore.
is good.
Taz is
that
real
would
good
have
on
been
the
good.
radio.
He's not in WWE anymore.
Oh.
But Taz and Mick Foley
Brutus the
both-
Barber Beefcake?
He's not in WWE anymore.
No.
Believe
British
me.
Bulldog.
Is dead.
Oh, here's this bit again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, strap in for this bit again.
Is it Special Delivery Jones?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Is it the
special.
Fabulous Moolah?
Look, okay, these are all dead wrestlers. We
What?
know,
When did she die?
we know it's not them.
Is it Brian Adams?
No, he's dead. That was Crush.
Chris Benoit.
All right, well, that was a huge news story.
Oh, it's Bam Bam Bigelow.
Dead.
Earthquake?
Dead.
Dead.
Earthquake.
He died of cancer.
Eddie Guerrero.
No, he's dead.
Oh,
I'm
damn
sure
it.
you knew
When
that.
did that happen?
Yeah.
Years ago.
It's so weird because these guys look very healthy in their pictures.
Yeah.
Why are they all dead?
Well, Earthquake died of cancer.
Crash Holly? Crash?
Crash died of alcohol poisoning.
What? When the hell did this happen? Why wasn't I told? Well, we know it's classy Freddie Blassie.
No, it's not. He died of
course
old
it'll be.
age.
What?
Yes.
Oh, he's one of the
Oh.
lucky ones. He gets to die of old age. Why
I know what would make a perfect broadcast. Mr. Perfect.
No, he's not alive.
Why?
Because he had a heart attack.
No way.
So he
Yes.
didn't get to die of old age? How many wrestlers get to die of old age? How many are lucky enough to do that?
Classy Freddie Blassie,
Yeah.
Gorilla Monsoon,
2.
and Killer Kowalski.
That, all right, we got 3 that got to go to the end of their lives.
Is Stu Hart still alive?
No, Stu Hart died of old age.
Could you do me a favor and get a picture with Big Dick Dudley?
No, he's. How could I when he's not
I thought
around
he was
anymore?
going to be hosting.
First of all, he was never in WWE, and second of all, he's dead.
Why do these guys die in their 30s?
Because their
Gee, I
hearts give
wonder.
out.
They look like they're in very good shape.
I wonder why. Yeah,
I'm
they're
very
all-
confused by
They're
this.
very, very over muscular and
Right.
They work
shiny.
out a lot.
Yeah, it's all working out.
So who's the third host for the big wrestling interview special we're doing?
It's going to be a good show, first of all. We have a lot of good memories with wrestlers. We've done crazy things with them in the past.
I guess we just figured we had too many people listening to this channel, and we wanted to
It's
just...
going to increase listenership because it's the Opie and Anthony spin on these wrestlers. It's not just talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
We figured we'd, weed out a bunch of our listeners?
No, we
Is that what
figure
we're doing?
we'll educate our listeners to what a great product WWE Classics on Demand is
Yeah.
by featuring some of the best wrestlers that we've had on the show.
Who are they going to hear from?
On the show?
Yeah, the listeners. Who are they going to hear from?
Well, we have Mick Foley, Triple H, JBL, MVP. Who else is on there? Taz and Al Snow from
All right, look, Sam.
a
How
long
many...
I want
time ago.
Owen Hart be here.
No, my health doesn't allow it.
Oh, sorry, Owen.
Because
How many hours of time did the WWE buy?
it's a 5-hour show. Well, it's taking the place of Worst of the Week countdown.
Oh, that's smart.
It's a 5-hour show that will air throughout the weekend.
Now, you guys are going to be sitting here for 5 hours?
Yeah.
Just listening to everything and talking to each other?
Yeah.
Wow.
But you still don't know who the third host is.
You know what? I don't even need to know.
Why?
Because I'm not going to be listening.
Why not? It's going to be a good show.
And most of these people aren't going to be listening.
Yes, they are.
Why would they?
Why
Yes,
would they?
they are.
Stop it.
Really? Come on, Sam.
Indeed. And what's
No
going to be great
way.
is
Yeah.
because our listener base is so large, WWE Classics on Demand will see an immediate, bounce up in subscribers. You know how many new subscribers they're going to get? Because they are sponsoring the worst of Opie and Anthony presents the best of the WWE superstars.
That's amazing.
Plus those banners with Opie and Anthony and the virus will be on WWE.com and stuff. Cross promotion.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Iron Sheik pissing himself. Is that going to be part of it?
Iron Sheik will be part of it.
That's got to be the number
All
one.
right,
So now they don't even need to listen.
Well, it's not a countdown.
Now you don't even need to listen because we already know the number one.
It's not. There is no number
It's
one.
Labor Day weekend. It's got to be a countdown. It's the law.
It's not a countdown.
Like you guys aren't going to be teasing what the number one interview of all time is.
Well, there will be teasing involved,
Yeah, of
but
course
not
there will
in a
be.
countdown style because we don't want to confuse people into thinking it's the worst of the week countdown. It's not.
Coming up is the number one interview.
We're not going to say number one because it's not a countdown.
Is our channel now just bartering? Anyone could just buy time
That's
on
what it
this
is.
channel?
We're like Nickelodeon late at
Right.
night.
No, we
where
have-
it's just ads for fucking Bosley and
We have sponsors from major corporations
Yeah.
and giant global companies
Yeah, do we?
that want to work with the Opie and Anthony show.
right.
Yeah, good for them.
You sure do put a positive spin on everything, don't you?
Well, I mean, we are. The WWE is
Like
giving
that
us
about you.
money.
Dude, you're the only one excited about this. Let's be honest.
No, it's going to be a
So
good show.
what you're saying is, in essence, we have whored out our channel.
Not whored out.
For money.
Listen.
We have taken our channel as if it was our vagina.
No.
Or our bunghole. Our coolie hole.
Coolie.
Yeah,
and
go with the
for
coolie
money, we will let anyone put anything in the coolie hole.
Radio stations stay afloat through advertisements and
Not
sponsorships.
satellite, my friend.
And this,
No.
this channel
No.
does.
no,
And there's
this is a subscriber-based business.
Yes.
So fuck them.
But
Fuck them in their fuckholes.
what's happening is we're not doing
I concur.
something we're playing the best interviews. This is already stuff in the best of Opie and Anthony catalog. So this is good stuff. This is all stuff that you oh come on, don't play that. It's all stuff that you guys said, oh, this was good. Oh, that went well. Mick Foley, Triple H, MVP, JBL, John Cena. With a special guest host from the WWE, along with me and Ebro.
All right.
As long
Wait. I'm now interested in the special
you?
guest host because it's from the WWE.
Yes, it's
So it's a lesser known guy, obviously.
he's not a lesser known
Yeah,
guy.
it is.
He's on TV every week.
He's probably on his way out of the WWE. This is
No.
his last gig before he has to go
Really?
back to the minors.
He's on TV every week. He just happens
Ted
to be
Sheckler?
No, it's not Ted Sheckler. He's not an
I
employee.
thought from his wrestling emporium.
Huh?
Undertaker?
It's not the Undertaker.
Oh,
No.
please.
Why not? If the WWE cares about the Opie and Anthony channel, they would give us nothing but the best for this horseshit special that they bought.
It's not horse shit. It's going to be a really good special.
Hold on. Will there be special music being played before this man walks into the studio?
Oh, please.
Will it please?
What kind of...
Yes, man. Now I'm listening, Sam.
Here's the thing.
Yeah! Fucking Ass Man's gonna be here Saturday.
Now we're talking.
All right.
All right, we're all going to be listening.
He loves to kick him or something. What does he do?
He loves to shove him.
Shove him.
And he
Stick
sticks
'em.
them. Flaunt them.
Watch him.
Yeah. Kick him.
Pick him.
That's
Kick
right.
him.
Kick
Why?
'em. Ass man.
Yeah. I am so in.
No, here's the problem.
What?
Here's the problem with that whole situation.
What?
Whoa.
The WWE is sending over one of their superstars to host the show on Saturday, whereas Mr. Ass will again be wrestling in New Jersey, or wherever it is, in
he'd
like
rather-
in a high school.
In a high school gymnasium.
With me doing play-by-play the week
All right.
after.
Give me a
Are
list.
you kidding?
Oh, no.
Give me a list of the WWE
Play-by-play for Mr.
superstars.
S.
I'm going to guess who the third host is.
A list of every superstar?
Well, if the WWE is buying 5 hours on this channel, they're giving us the best. They're giving us the best guy.
Yeah, you can click
And
on
you're
that.
saying it's not the Undertaker, right?
Well, which...
It would have to be from the Raw superstars. I mean, I would
Well,
imagine.
yeah, that's...
All right, let me see.
Let's
Randy
see.
Orton?
What do we got?
Well,
Oh, fuck.
do you want me to tell you which roster it's from?
Yeah.
It's not from Raw. Oh no. It's not from SmackDown.
No,
it's the ECW. I mean, there's a lot of great superstars in ECW.
Mother of God.
A lot of people don't really.
No, people watch ECW.
Well,
it's on Sci-Fi on Tuesdays.
Not as much as
I don't even know what
Sci-Fi
channel the
on
Sci-Fi
Tuesday.
channel is.
It depends on your local area.
Oh God!
I couldn't find it within 5 minutes if my life depended on it, Sam.
Well, I can.
And he just farted on Sam.
Sam,
He didn't fart on me.
we're
He
not
farted
getting a
near
Raw
me.
guy or a SmackDown guy.
We got somebody who's a Long Island native who's a very good talker. He'll be good on the radio. That's a good hint. He talks every week.
I'm not really getting it. I know, you know, like I said, Mankind.
Who agreed
Whoa.
to this? We should only get the best of the best. You should be sitting here, Sam, doing a wrestling show with like one of the biggies.
Well, I mean, you know, somebody to come in on a Saturday.
Who is
to
it?
do a 5.
Who is it?
You know him.
Who is it?
Matt Stryker.
What?
Matt Stryker.
What the fuck is Matt Stryker?
He's the play-by-play guy. He used to be a school teacher. Then he became a pro wrestler. Now he does color commentary for ECW. He's your teacher, the extreme educator, Matt Stryker.
The WWE hates us.
No, they don't hate us.
They obviously hate us.
Oh, they might start thinking that you hate them.
They bought 5 hours on this channel, and they go, all right, we'll give you this guy.
Matt Stryker talks every week. He's a talker.
Yeah, it's just like having Triple H or Randy
Yeah,
Orton.
yeah.
No, it's right up there.
Well, I mean, I think Triple H and Randy Orton couldn't free up 5 hours.
Yeah, why would they?
I mean, it is 5 hours.
Yeah, is it?
It's not like,
It's
you know,
not-
5 hours on a Saturday
Yeah,
live,
of course.
and then it replays throughout the weekend.
By the way,
Yeah.
it's not live. You guys already taped
Of
it.
course, it's
we
been
shut up.
voice tracked.
Not yet.
No,
Not till Saturday.
Better get on it.
this room will be completely empty and the lights won't be on when this special is airing.
So you're going to
Sam.
sit there and tell
So
me...
stop making believe that it's this big live thing.
You think Matt Stryker's coming here
Even
at
you get-
11:30 this morning to tape it?
Even you get the weekend
Oh,
off.
Is that what's happening?
No.
What time is he getting here?
Saturday morning, I think it starts at 9.
9.
No, you won't be here.
Right after the show today, Matt Stryker's
great.
coming in and,
No,
taping this.
But it's going to be a good special.
Look, it'll get back to
Sounds
him.
it.
I like the guy, but I mean, if the WWE's, taking our channel over for 5 hours,
Yeah. How about you throw a little bit more of a name on than Matt Stryker?
He's a good... People know who he is.
he's an up and comer for the last 5 years.
No, he does the color commentary for ECW. He's a great color analyst.
All the fans I'm reading here, all the fans of the show think it's the guy that calls up every day, Stryker.
No, it's not that guy.
I'd rather have him.
No,
To be honest with you, I'd rather have him.
I don't understand why.
He
Because
calls up with some good stuff. I think he can handle
kind
himself.
of funny.
Matt Stryker is an internationally known superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar. Not someone who you're going to go, oh, he's a star. He's a superstar.
You are a
My mic's
dude.
not on anymore.
Yes, exactly.
My mic. I think something may have gone wrong in the tech area.
No.
Mars?
No,
No,
that wasn't really it. Sorry.
This weekend.
And I hate to tell you, but we might have to start showing up to these meetings again.
Yeah, we might have to start.
I know we got away
listening.
with. I know we got away with murder for a few years, but I think we really might have to start showing up for the Opie and Anthony meetings again.
It's on Saturday and Sunday. It's not the whole Labor Day weekend.
What happens when we're not here?
What do you mean? Well, a lot gets done.
Who agreed to this?
Yeah, who actually went?
We went to a sales meeting. It was pitched and everything. It went through, and then we chased you guys after the show, and you guys went, yeah, that's fine. Of course, yeah.
It is like a rat maze in here after the show.
I mean, everything does technically get approved by you guys, so you did approve this.
I don't see how you cannot meet with us within the boundaries of 36 floors in an elevator.
Right.
So
how you can't just give us the lowdown as we hit the lobby.
I think
the
we
meeting's
just,
over.
I think we just say yes so we could get out of here even faster.
Yes, but you say yes. The word yes is said, and guess what?
So we agreed to this?
Yes, 100% you did. And
Fuck!
Steve was complaining yesterday because he said he had to do 2 laps around the Sirius XM floor to get a guest pitch in.
Well, it's my latest video on my YouTube channel,
Yes.
Opie Radio.
Opie was running away from Steve.
And what people want to know in the latest video, Ant,
yeah,
is what you were discussing with Steve Blatter.
Oh, is that the big question?
Yeah, because I ran around trying to avoid the big bear attack.
Yeah.
And every time I turned the camera back around, Steve's fucking face was in my HD flip. But when I came around and did a loop, they heard only they heard like 3 seconds of a very, very intense conversation you were having with one of the suits.
Did they? Oh, here it is. Okay.
Dane Cook.
Well, I don't know if the
Big name. Oh, what do you think?
Steve has chased me down the hall because I'm trying to get out of the building.
Stomp foot twice. Stop running.
And now I'm running away from Steve.
Oh my God! It does look like bear footage.
Yeah.
It's like you're running away from a bear. It's all shaky.
Yeah.
And then he's right there.
See, it's a bear attack.
Ooh, if I send you Fox News clips of Odorous Urungus, will you take a look at them?
Odorous Urungus.
Is that the Gwar guy?
That's the Gwar guy.
Because he'll come in
Gwar or Gwar?
Gwar. For Thursday or Friday. So we need to be.
Seems to be shaking the camera.
Yes, at least look at the clips. He's been on Red Eye 5
And he thought I was listening to him, and I turned around and started running
Now he
again.
runs.
And now he's got to chase me again, the big bear.
This place is like a big maze, too.
It really is. Sometimes you just don't know where the door is anymore.
There are meeting
Get out of
rooms.
here.
There are.
I'm going to send those to you.
are there?
Makes it less complicated.
Character. Why are we having him on our show?
Cartoon character.
He worked. Huh?
All right, this is the part I want, and we get a quick look of Ant in serious discussion with Steve Blatter, one of the suits.
Until they said something. And then there's your fucking correction. Unbelievable. Yeah.
So I'm going to send you those.
Oh, wow.
And that's what everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
They were watching the video last night and going, what the fuck was Anthony discussing at the end of the video? Anything you could talk about?
No, I was actually telling him who should be fired in this place to correct huge problems that we have. And that's the correction right there.
Sorry, Sam.
So
No, it's not me.
Oh, it was absolutely Sam.
Why would you guys
I'm not even
put
going to
me
beat
on?
around the bush there. It was
I mean,
Sam.
It's too much of a wrestling influence.
We're bringing
Yeah.
money in for the show.
Somehow you were able to get by us.
No, I
You
didn't.
pitched a 5-hour wrestling show.
But we brought money in.
People haven't watched wrestling in a decade, Sam.
It's still the highest rated show on cable television.
Stop it.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
People watch wrestling in the millions. WWE is a hot commodity. They're recession proof. Recession proof. So much so that they can afford to sponsor weekend programming for us.
Oh, really?
That's where they choose to do with their money. They could just keep it for themselves, but no, they give it to us.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, that sounds exciting.
It's going to be a good show. We've done crazy things with wrestlers.
Nielsen television TV ratings for cable TV top 20.
I knew it was Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wizards
I just
of
knew.
Waverly Place, followed by The Closer.
My favorite tween show, by the way.
By the way, Wizards of Waverly Place has 11 million, about 11.5 million viewers.
And
The Closer is next with 7 and about a quarter million.
Oh yeah, the Wizards is just the best show.
Then comes WWE Entertainment with about 6 million, just shy of 6 million viewers.
No, they're in third place, and they have half the audience of the
They
number
got
one
6
cable show.
million viewers.
They're
And look at
pretty
number
much tied with Royal Pains.
and look at number 6.
I don't even know what Royal Pains is.
They got 5. They got 3 and 6.
All right, what's Royal Pains?
That's
knows what
that
Royal
show about
Pains
that
is?
doctor guy that goes out to the Hamptons and treats like the rich people so they don't have to go to the hospital.
Get the fuck out of here. Who
They
the
got-
fuck watches that?
I watched one episode. It was
Was it
like,
good?
wow, this blows.
Oh, okay.
2 in the top 10.
Yeah.
And SpongeBob has 6 in the top 20.
Jesus Christ.
All located under what? WWE Entertainment.
Yeah, Chisel in Pittsburgh.
Bye-bye, SpongeBob.
Chisel in Pittsburgh has a very good question. Chisel.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Chisel.
Hey, man.
I was wondering if Sam was going to be able to host a furry convention on a Saturday
What are you talking about?
I mean, the best of the furries would be a great show for you guys.
The furries.
You should do the best of the furries.
First of all, I don't know anything about it, but if they were good enough,
you go in a fur costume, you cut out your hiney hole.
What is that near the coolie hole?
The coolie hole.
Yeah, you got to have the coolie hole.
Interchangeable coolie hole. And you show your coolie.
That has
your
no
coolie hole
value.
has to be exposed, and your genitals got to be hanging out the front.
Yes.
Well, the furry convention hasn't offered to sponsor our program.
But I'm sure they
They
would.
did, yeah, I know.
Hey, by the way, where's the countdown? How many days
I don't know.
before Furry Fright 09?
People were twittering me about it because somebody with a very large following decided to mention it on his Twitter yesterday, so I was getting plenty of replies and reminders all day.
Well, Sam, people are very excited.
I guess some people are.
They're waiting for the big reveal, what you're going to be wearing to Furry Fright 09.
Sounds huge.
When are you going to announce this?
I don't have... I don't know.
When are you announcing what you're wearing for Furry Fright 09?
I don't have a thought about it.
But people are waiting.
People are
Especially on Twitter.
People are waiting for this
There's
weekend.
a buzz out there. They're all waiting for the big announcement.
I don't think that's the case. I think people are excited.
What are you thinking?
Maybe like something in a masculine color, like a blue.
All right, so far you got your furry costume will be some kind of blue color.
Like a royal blue, not a sky blue.
A royal blue. Okay.
Yeah. Like maybe a blue dragon.
All right. You might go as a blue dragon.
Wow, really?
But I don't know
With
where
your coolie hole?
With your coolie hole showing.
Exposed. Here's the thing. Not only would the coolie hole be covered, theuld be a giant tail behind
But
it.
right under the coolie hole.
Yeah, all they have to do is
under
lift
the tail.
that tail.
Yeah, yeah. You need your whole exposed coolie hole.
At least you can walk around during the cocktail hour without your coolie hole being exposed to everyone. But when it's time for some, hardcore action, all they have to do is lift up the
tail. Think how easy it'll be to go to the bathroom.
There's no sexual intercourse that's going to be associated with this.
Is that your costume?
First of all, that is
your costume.
no. That's purple.
And it says special order, so we can have this in the mail by tomorrow.
Oh, now the company's got money for a furry outfit.
Oh no, that'll come from my fucking pocket.
Oh, you're so good.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
I will buy your furry costume.
I can't believe how thoughtful you're being.
So you're thinking a blue dragon?
I'm not thinking. I would just if there. Yeah, well, that's inflatable.
It certainly is.
Do you have like a second choice just in case they're out of blue dragon costumes?
What, the furry store?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
will you take suggestions on your Twitter?
Of course, I'll take suggestions. That's a child's outfit.
Not Sam on Twitter.
Yes, I will take
suggest
suggestions.
his furry costume.
I would just love it.
Why am I saying costume, man? What's wrong with me?
Costume. By the way, Odorous Orungus will be here later today in full costume.
Costume.
I love how people try to
Dwar.
spell costume on Twitter, by the way.
It's COSTUME.
No, not really.
Costume.
That's not how they spell it.
And by the way, I went over to my parents' house, and they said that they had nothing to do with the way I say costume. Then I asked my brother to say it, and he said it just like me, so it was their fault.
Costume.
Because why would me and my brother both say it?
Say what?
Costume.
Like retards. Why would you say it like retards?
We
would
don't
say
sound like retards.
Costume.
That's the proper pronunciation.
Oh, this guy's a great way for you to kill yourself, by the way.
Oh, good. Let's listen to this then, of course.
Dan?
Hopefully he killed himself.
Oh, Dan. Dan, we're going to you. You're not there?
He's
Hello?
dead.
Hello? Hello? All right, let's say hi to Paul in Ohio. Paul.
Hey there, Paul.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Sam, why don't you just throw the ratings completely in the shitter and have like a Best of Bobo weekend instead?
Oh,
First of all, that has been suggested.
Really? Yes. And more people like Bobo than hate him.
Bobo was
I'm a fan.
a great appearance yesterday, I think.
Absolutely.
I got some feedback there that was very funny.
Although yesterday we put a box over his head and started throwing balls at him, and we're asked to please stop doing that.
Oh, they finally are on to you, Sam?
Yes.
You sick fuck. All right, we should take a break. So, it's right here on the prep sheet. Thank God. 43 days until Fur Fright 2009.
Oh, yeah.
It's the number one thing to talk about every day on the show.
It's not a plug for the weekend show.
43 days until Fur Fright 2009. The update, Sam might go as a blue dragon.
Yes, that is the closest we've gotten to a commitment.
When
that he
do
might
we
go
get
as
the
a blue
commitment?
I don't know when a commitment is coming.
And do you have your tickets for Fur Fright?
No.
Danny, you're on top of this, right? Don't let this slide.
I have a boy who is willing to lend you his costume.
I don't want to.
He's going to be attending.
Did you say
probably
costume?
lend him. Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Goodness gracious! I have a boy who's willing to lend you a spare costume.
I don't want to
use attend Fur Fright 09 in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Will he mind if the coolie hole is cut out of it?
I will ask him.
It won't be, and I don't want to use
We could
costume.
probably sew that back together. After,
afterwards.
After
Somebody
Sam
fix
fix
it.
He's going. I'm sure he can give you a ride, so you don't even have to worry about transportation.
I'm not taking a ride from anyone.
Dude, supposedly the latest Penthouse, I think it is, has a whole fucking article on the furries.
Coolies? Oh.
On the furries. This is a hot thing right now.
Great.
Well,
I have.
You got to do what's the haps.
Because this is what is really hot right now.
That's
This
right.
is what the audience needs to know.
That's
There
right.
it is.
Do you have your tickets?
No.
And who's going with you? E-Rock?
Yeah, E-Rock's going to have to go to this one with me.
Is he going to be in costume?
Of course. You can't go to Furry Fright without a costume.
Look, motherfucker, if I have to go fly fishing with Robert Kelly, the least you
Yeah.
can do is go to Fur Fright 09 and have your coolie hole
Your
exposed.
coolie hole. And is
as
he
you
gonna
find out
have-
what the hell's going on with these people.
Is E-Rock going to have his wee-wee out?
Of course he is.
So he'll have his wee-wee out, and your coolie hole will
Yes.
be showing.
E-Rock's going to be dressed as Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Come on. Shit.
Do they have to get their tickets in advance, Danny? I don't
I'm
want
sure
this thing to be
It's-
sold out.
It's strongly recommended.
Then get your
Wow,
fucking
it
tickets,
sells
Sam. At
out
least
that fast?
I have to buy tickets. I'm not buying tickets.
just buy them.
not-
and
I don't think it's a lot.
We'll reimburse you. Just get your fucking tickets.
Somebody got
At
to buy
least
them.
make an announcement tomorrow that you officially have your tickets for Fur Fright 09.
Somebody better buy them for me.
How much are they?
Trying to find that out. Hang
All right,
on.
we'll figure it out. We'll have your tickets
Yeah.
bought today. Today.
Yes, then you'll have to go.
Mm-hmm. There's special deliveries on this weekend, too.
Really?
And midnight on Saturday.
Well, this
about
guy, this guy, instead of the wrestling special, Brett in Charlotte, North Carolina,
It's already...
he's voting for Dead Air Weekend.
Well, guess what?
we
It's
do
not
Dead
a-
Air Weekend.
No,
and
it's
we're
n-
not talking Grateful Dead, by the way.
It's
we're
not-
talking about the
Just
Dead
Air.
It's
Right.
not up for debate. It's already been... It's sponsored and it's set. WWE Classics On Demand presents the worst of O&A, best of WWE Superstars.
What if the deaf pay for Dead Air Weekend?
That's right.
Where it's like
Then
deaf
we could do it-
people just pay because it doesn't matter to them.
You know
that
what?
could be done another weekend, but not this weekend.
You know what? These whores that work at this joint, they would actually do that.
They would.
Suggest it.
They would
Suggest
actually
it.
take money from a deaf organization to do Dead Air Weekend.
Dead Air
Just have
Weekend.
Absolute silence on our channel.
To give people, to let people know what it would be like to be deaf. You tune into our station, and you just don't hear anything.
I knew it was just a matter of time
Deaf awareness.
before we went down this road again.
Oh, please.
This is creative marketing.
No,
Really?
no. It's sales-driven programming, which
Right.
is always a treat.
Which
and,
kind of
and
destroyed regular radio, by the way.
Exactly. Correcto mundo.
I've been around long enough to know where the problems are in this business.
Sales-driven programming.
Sales-driven programming killed regular
Yes.
radio.
But we're not. You guys.
There used to be a time where the sales couldn't get their greasy little mitts into the programming
Yep.
aspect of a radio station. And by the end of our run on regular radio, that's all it was.
It's
But you guys-
all about
sales-driven
sales.
programming.
Every meeting was how could sales sell this or what you're doing, and then it got to the point where they weren't even taking things that you were doing on the air and trying to sell them. They would then just come up with their own fucking creative things that they're salespeople, so naturally they're hysterical.
Let me let you in on a little secret. Every person here at SiriusXM wanted to be on the radio.
Yes,
The salespeople, they sucked at college radio, but they still wanted to be in the business.
Wanted
Sam.
to be.
They
And what
still
happened?
wanted to be in the business. They decided
Failed.
to start selling for radio stations.
Have to sell.
couldn't get
Then-
out.
So why are they driving programming?
I sell,
when they
Paul.
failed
I sell.
on their college radio show
You-
and
selling
failed on
anything.
their podcast.
Yeah, fucking tank. I'll sell the fucking thing.
You guys don't have to change what it is that you do. We're just taking the content that you've already done, interviewing WWE. My mic again. Something malfunctioned.
So there's 4 different levels of registration for
Oh,
Fur
good.
Fright.
Thank you, Danny. Danny, don't let this fucking slide by.
Well, now
He won't.
there's the regular ticket which is $30, and that gains you you get a membership badge and a program, and you gain admittance to the convention area and all public events.
Oh, that sounds good.
Then on the $55 level,
that's where the ass sex is.
you get everything that I previously mentioned.
A lot of coolies.
Plus,
will be exposed.
And what is this called?
Well, the first is called the Monster level.
The Monster level.
Now, this is a zombie sponsor.
Zombie sponsor.
And you get everything as the Monster level, but you also get an official, not a bootleg, an official Fur Fright T-shirt and complimentary entry ticket for their charity raffle.
Oh, wow, a raffle.
Then a shirt. And then you could do, well, this is even better. You could do the Franken sponsor, and that's everything that's included in the Monster and Zombie. But there is a dealer-catered social and a Fur Fright exclusive artwork portfolio that's yours to keep.
All right, the dealer catered social, that's where the ass sex happens, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the ass sex level. The Franken sponsor is where you start getting things in your coolie.
and that's $90. But then there is the Casanova Franken sponsor.
Oh, here it comes.
This is the bukkake party.
And this is $200.
This is where you're going to need some special cleanser to clean off your fur because it's going to be all matted with jizz.
There isn't a dry cleaner in the city that can clean your costume.
You have to cut chunks of it out.
Costume.
If you're part of this level.
Yeah, you're going to look like a mangy dog.
Well, I won't. For the Casanova Franken sponsor level at $200, you get all the benefits. $200 You get all the benefits of the Monster, Zombie, and Franken sponsor.
Yeah.
But you also get a copy of the official Fur Fright DVD. And then this is cryptic. A special gift.
You know what that is?
The HIV.
Everyone. That's a special
And
gift.
your name, we could get Primetime Sam Roberts listed in the con book.
Damn.
Printed in the con book.
That is huge.
You guys are going to pay $200
Oh, yeah.
Just to see what the special gift is.
For this.
And how badly it hurts your coolie.
I'm not putting it in my coolie.
Put the special gift in your coolie hole.
All right, Danny, slow down. I mean, I'm willing to give $200. If there's another level, I'm out.
No, there's not another level, but I have bad news, guys.
What?
It says here, there's a note. It says, to have your name printed in the con book, all Casanova Franken sponsors need to register by August 31st.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck.
In order to
So what
receive
level
your-
could he still get?
Well, he can still get the Casanova Franken sponsor, but he can't have his name printed
won't
in
be
the
in the
comic.
book.
But he'll still get the special gift and the official Fur Fright DVD. He can still go to the catered social, get the Fur Fright exclusive artwork portfolio, be entered into the charity raffle, and the official Fur Fright 09 T-shirt.
In order to receive the special gift, you must register online on or before September 20th.
So we still got time, baby.
Gotta get on that.
Danny.
I don't want this special gift.
I'm leaving this up
You
to
want
you
it.
because we're going to forget.
I'm not
Make
floating
sure this
$200 for this.
No, I'm not talking about the money, but make sure
hold
that
on.
he's got a ticket to this fucking thing.
Is that code of conduct a link?
Yes.
All right. Let's see what the code of conduct is.
For Fur Fright 09.
I don't.
Zero tolerance policy.
Uh-oh,
I
Sam.
can't hang there.
If any time an attendee's behavior violates the code of conduct, the spirit of the guidelines before, during, or after the convention, in real life or online, or if we feel that any individual is a liability, they will be removed from the convention and or banned from future events. Fur Fright takes safety and its relationship with the public and hotel very seriously and will never allow an individual to endanger our attendees or the welfare of our convention. If anyone has a problem before, during, or after the con, you'll be violated, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Alcohol, drugs, and public intoxication, zero tolerance.
Can't do it. Got it.
Weapons are forbidden from the convention space and hotel at all times. Okay. Public behavior.
Yeah, it's in there. So
And
we
then
go
there's
about halfway
public
down.
displays of affection. Public behavior. No overt public displays of affection, obscene talk, swearing, yelling, roughhousing, or loud destructive behavior, abuse, harassment, unwanted contact, or stalking behavior that will not be tolerated at Fur Fright. No means no at all times. No defacing the hotel, don't block the hallways, blah, blah, blah. And public displays of affection. When in public areas, hallways, parking lots, balconies, convention space, etc. Keep your affection rated G. Remember, hotel staff, non-convention guests, Fur Fright attendees, and the general public have different sensibilities that need to be respected. Rule of thumb, anytime more than a simple hug and kiss, take it up to your room.
I'm not getting a room.
How much are the rooms at?
It doesn't matter how much the rooms are.
Uh-oh.
What?
Nudity or explicitly revealing costumes are not allowed in public areas.
Sorry.
Of the hotel or convention. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you got the tail covering up
Fursuits
the exposed
are
cooler.
not to be worn in the pool area or restaurant for the safety of the wearer. Ears, tails, and collars are acceptable accessories. Shoes, sandals, slippers, or stocking feet are permitted in the convention area. However, shoes or sandals must be worn at all times in the hotel and the restaurant. Bare feet are not permitted in public areas. Room parties. Let's go to room parties. Room parties are not sponsored or condoned by the convention. Room parties are permitted, but must follow the hotel guidelines and FurFright code of conduct at all times. After 10 p.m., hotel curfew. All noise, music must be contained within your room. No noise can bleed through the halls or adjacent rooms. Doors and balconies and everything must be shut at all times. Large quantities of alcohol may not be distributed. No room overcrowding. All attendees must remain within the room. Oh, well, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like much fun.
Well, no. Do you know why they're putting this?
This is all
This
just
is what
legalese.
happens.
These codes of conduct exist because all of this has happened before.
All of this
But it doesn't anymore.
Like it says here, flyers for parties must be G-rated because at one time someone handed out flyers that were not G-rated.
That were just giant cocks going in coolie holes through costumes.
Well, it's G-rated now. It's not going to be any fun.
Sleeping room cleanliness, odors, and trash.
You get
All
sweaty.
odors and trash must be contained within guest rooms. If odors and or unbagged trash are found in the halls or outside, odors, ew, like fucking
jism.
shit and jizz. Oh, water park. Costumes not allowed in the water park. No smoking. Elevator protocol. What? All right. Signs,
got a lot of
flyers, and
rules.
decorations.
See?
Minors and parental consent.
You're of
boy.
age there, Sam.
Security.
I mean, you parental
Badges. Video, audio, photography.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, yes, we need to know that because I would like to get some kind of audio if I'm going to be going.
Don't
You
you
can
even
read that
worry
one.
about that.
That's a long one.
Yeah, who needs that?
I mean, that's kind of, I thought we were doing this
Oh,
for
we
the
don't
radio,
care.
or are you
No,
just
no,
trying to get
just-
me raped?
I want to get you raped.
Oh, okay.
I
Just
totally
the
want
raping.
you raped.
Okay.
Yeah, this is everything that happens at this fucking convention thing.
Not anymore. It's
and
against
that's
the
why they have to. The rules are just there. Lost and found. Tax deductions for payments made to charitable organizations.
There's a lot going on with
Charitable
this
organization
09.
where you're just fucking in furry suits, jacking off on someone else's fur.
I don't know about this thing.
This must be a huge. It's a 3-day long convention.
It's
It
like
must be
Woodstock
gigantic.
for perverts in fursuits.
I'm not going for 3 days.
No, you are going for.
Let's see how much a room is at the Holiday Inn Waterbury.
What difference does it make?
Well, you got to get your room.
You got to get a room.
I don't need a room. I would drive to Connecticut and then drive back home.
No, you got to
In an
stay in the
afternoon.
hotel because you're going to some of the room
Right.
parties.
I'm not going to any room.
You got to go to a room party, dude.
And how are you going to kiss more men? Because you're not allowed to do that in public.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing that. I don't want to.
No, well, it said hugging and kissing.
I'm not going to hug or kiss.
Nick in South Carolina. Nick.
Hey, I'm just having a hard time trying to shake the furry walk of shame.
Imagine the furry walk of shame.
Oh, that sucks.
But
That would suck.
Your costume's askew.
Oh, your hiney hurts. Your coolie hurts.
Sold out, huh, Danny? Huh, Danny Cakes? That's right, Danny Hats.
No
Tell 'em.
rooms available.
Oh, boy.
No rooms
Holiday Inn
available.
is sold
Wow,
out.
we're gonna have to go to some neighboring hotel.
No, we're not going to
sure
a
those are
neighboring.
even worse.
No, you know what? Even better. One of our fine listeners will put you up for the weekend for
Yeah.
Fun
You could probably
09.
stay with that guy who's
man.
allergic to costume.
Yeah.
That's not how you say it. And that would just be
Costume.
great. I just hope I make it to his place and not just drive home.
Well, our listeners are, good people.
A lot of them are psychopaths.
I'm renting a house when I go fly fishing.
Yeah.
So all the listeners can come?
Hell no. All right, Sam, you got a lot to do. You
Yeah,
gotta
but
get
I-
your tickets. You got to figure out where you're staying.
I'm more
And what day
focused-
you need to take off because it's a 3-day event. So you're going to have to take Friday off probably. All right, you get a Friday off. How great is that?
Awesome.
3 days.
I'm really more focused on the weekend. This weekend.
What?
You know,
I already forgot about that.
It's the worst of O&A present the best of WWE Superstars, brought to you by WWE Classics on Demand.
Did you guys do the production for that?
We got some liners from the WWE.
Could you please take my name out of it and Anthony's name out of it?
No.
Yeah, please.
Please?
No. And by the way, there are banners going up on the WWE website with both your names.
You know,
I've seen them.
You were talking earlier about the fact that you're coming in here and we won't be in here, and
Correct.
It's whatever the weekend thing is.
Saturday.
Just because I am not home at my house doesn't mean I want someone coming in and shitting on the floor.
It's not going to be shit on the floor.
This is the equivalent of shit on my floor. What
not.
you guys are doing Saturday. You're shitting in our house.
Incorrect.
This is like when you move and you decide you're not going to sell your place. You're going to rent your place.
Yeah.
And you
right.
just assume that everything's going to be all nice.
Everything's going to be just the way I left it.
Right.
I'll bet that you guys will tune into the show and be like, oh, that was a riot.
Yeah, a riot.
They'll think back when, like, MVP was on. Remember how good that interview was?
Sam.
Talking about J.O.
Sam, you know
Yeah.
me a little bit.
Yes.
What are the odds that I will be tuning in this horse shit?
Out of how many? Out of 100?
Yeah.
0.
Zero.
Zero
See?
are the odds.
And it's a 5-hour show?
Yes.
Let me say hi to Chris in Atlanta. Chris.
Hey, is there any chance you can get sales to have a 5-hour energy drink sponsor the show so we might stay awake through it?
There's no way you guys will go to sleep for it.
Oh, it's going to be action-packed?
Because the wrestlers, when they come on this show, are integrated into the show. So wrestling fans and Opie and Anthony fans alike, even though there's a lot of crossover there, will
Sam.
both enjoy it.
You know what we called those interviews over the years?
Excellent.
Filler.
Not filler. No.
Filler.
Incorrect.
Just another way to get us to 10:30 fast.
You guys remember when Mick Foley fed me steak?
Barely.
I
Barely
would
remember
say-
that.
Well, we can relive it this weekend.
I would say there's probably a couple of instances, maybe the Chris Jericho, Jimmy Norton
Yes, that's
discussion
Yep.
that got a little heated. That is not a 5-hour break, by the way, mind you.
That's
mind
20
you.
minutes tops.
It's 20 minutes.
Well, that's part of the show.
And edited
That
with all the shit edited
Ant's making
out.
a very good point.
Yeah.
5 hours seems way too long.
5 hours. And now
We
the other
should have gave
part-
him an hour.
Yeah, like an hour. And the other part is, now how is, what's his name?
Matt Stryker.
Matt
the
Stryker.
extreme educator.
Now, I could see playing that and someone going, you know something, I didn't hear this. It's a little heated argument between Jimmy Norton and Chris Jericho. I'm going to listen to this. But how does Matt Stryker now add to this where people are like, thank God Matt Stryker's here because he's going to be the guy, just like on WWE, when they have the co-host or the host or whatever the fuck it is that comes
host.
out and does nothing but plug.
Oh.
This guy is going to, here's what this guy's job is. Because they paid for the time, he is going to boringly plug. What are they selling?
WWE Classics on Demand.
WWE Classics on Demand. So every time Matt Stryker opens his mouth, it's going to be, hey, and by the way, don't forget to pick up blah, 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 where people will just go, click.
No,
tune
Matt
out.
Stryker is entertaining. I've worked with him in the past on the radio.
How many clickaroos are we going to get?
Oh.
Only click-ons. Click on. Click on.
If he does a good job, does Matt Stryker get promoted to SmackDown?
Yeah.
That's not, I mean,
See, when I think wrestling, I really do think SmackDown, Raw.
ECW. I know what you mean.
Nope. I didn't even know
Not
ECW
once.
was still in existence.
Well, it wasn't, and then it came back as a third brand.
Yeah. Why?
But they can't do all the fun stuff they used to do, right?
Well, they
The
can,
lawyers
but
got
they
involved.
choose not to.
Yeah, see, because the lawyers got involved.
It's a different product. It's TVPG.
It's kind of
What
like
would ECW stand for?
Technically,
Yeah.
Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Right. At the extreme
what's
part.
what's the most extreme thing they do now? In the past, there was like explosions and tacks and
put to
and
sleep
tables and-
thousands of people on
Right.
Saturday, apparently.
What's the craziest thing they do now?
There was a situation, I think last week, where Goldust, who's an ECW superstar now, fought Sheamus, a giant Irishman. And that match...
Sheamus, the giant Irishman.
Yes.
All right, I got to see this guy.
And
Sheamus.
that match ended in a double countout.
Look at this redheaded douche.
That's him. He's not a douche.
Of course he is. Why couldn't we get Sheamus for Saturday?
Sheamus is still a rookie.
I'd rather have him.
You want
At
Sheamus?
least he fucking,
Yeah,
take some bumps now.
Let's see.
Sheamus. Look at Sheamus.
Why is James Hetfield wrestling now?
Yeah,
No, that's Sheamus.
He got a little James Hetfield to him
Hetfield.
with dyed red hair.
Crime Time is still wrestling.
I
know you like
I don't
Crime
even
Time.
know who that guy is.
I've never heard of
Crime
Sheamus.
Time?
I don't remember him.
Crime Time
Did
is
we talk to him?
Crime Time is a tag team.
Oh,
It's
see,
a
I told you I didn't know.
Tag team that we discussed.
And they're black guys, right?
Yeah, and they steal
And they
things.
steal stuff.
Yeah. It's actually spelled with a Y.
All right, well, 43
I'll
days
fly with
before
it, babe.
Furry Fright 09.
Yeah.
Or Fur Fright. What do they call it officially? Fur Fright 2009. 43 days out, Sam.
Fur Fright.
And you're thinking maybe you're going to go as a blue dragon.
Oh, boy.
An
Yeah, I
angry
mean, that's-
dragon or a happy dragon?
Angry.
Angry?
Yeah.
Yeah, fire breathing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Mm.
All right.
Sexy.
We should take our first break.
All right.
Everyone's giving you suggestions on the phone if you want to go answer the phones.
It's all right. We got.
Yeah, go there.
We have interns to do that.
We got people that work for Holiday Inn. They could get you a room, no problem.
I don't need a room.
They could even get you a discount rate.
I don't live far away from Connecticut. I don't need a room.
You gotta stay.
You gotta stay.
I don't need a room.
Room party, dude.
I'm not going to a room party.
Room party. Just wake up on your belly on the bed crying.
I'm not going.
Bleeding from
to
the
a room.
buttock.
Out of my coolio.
You could have
Seem
some
like
kinda-
American History X where you're crying to somebody laying on your stomach.
You could have some kind of Fur Fright lemon party thing going on.
Yeah, you could be the lucky lemon party
with
guy.
everyone's heads are off. Their costume.
Yeah,
I'm not
their
going.
costumes. They only have the body part of their costumes, and their heads are exposed to fillet each other.
I'm not going to a room party. I still.
Yeah, look at that. It's the Overlook Hotel. The piggy face thing.
Yeah,
was sucking the dick on the rich socialite.
I don't even want to go to this thing.
I know you have to.
All right, very
Great
good.
party.
Sure. Anthony, when we get back,
Yeah.
Mayor Menino, the mayor of Boston, debated on live TV last night.
Now, I was very surprised to hear this was his first debate ever as a mayoral candidate.
In 16 years.
And he's been the mayor for 16 fucking years? Wow.
Yes.
So finally, this might actually get him tossed out.
So he was able to avoid live debates because he can't speak.
He is horrid.
Well, we got some fine clips from the debate last night.
Great.
And we're going to do that next.
Good to hear that.
This weekend, though.
Yeah.
No, enough, Sam.
Yeah, enough for this weekend.
Most people are going to be at a beach or something, and you know.
With their portable Sirius or XM satellite radios.
I am.
Oh, really?
You could bring them anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of satellite radio.
Of course it is. Or if you have the app on your iPhone.
You do anyway. Very few commercials, by the way, on the weekend show.
Well, the whole thing is sponsored. It's one big commercial. He's going to be talking about this fucking classic goddamn thing.
It's a
every
beautiful
time.
service.
It's a service?
It's an on-demand channel. So technically, I guess a service.
So what, you can see old, like,
Yeah.
WWF stuff?
Everything. WWF, WCW, ECW, AWA, everything.
So, like, what if I want to see, like, fucking WrestleMania 2?
Well, at some point... Well, this month is Stone Cold September. So,
Okay,
you know...
get out.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
No, just get out.
Fucking
Get out.
leave the room.
Get out.
Leave the
Just
room.
leave.
Don't talk shit. I think you have a read for it later today.
This is what I'm saying. They're
Get
putting
out.
All right.
Hey, look,
Get out.
they understand.
Get out.
We've been talking about it the whole time. Fuck.
Opie and Anthony.
Top 500 songs of all time coming in at number 10. Here's The Who.
Labor Day countdown weekend. You just want to hear some of these songs.
Yeah.
Now I want to
so
just hear
often.
this.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
John Entwistle going to town on the bass there. Is John Entwistle coming in anytime soon?
Oh,
that's
boy,
right.
Anthony.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Not,
I'm
that's
sorry.
too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Billy Mays.
Michael Jackson will be buried today.
That's it.
Will that be on TV?
No, it's going to be a very, very
Get
private
the fuck out of here.
event. They said only family.
Really?
No press, no nothing. But holy shit, this guy's been above ground for a while for being dead. Wow.
Finally putting him to rest.
Yes.
The big sleep begins for Michael Jackson
The big
today.
dirt nap.
Diane Sawyer to take over as anchor for ABC World News. What
Why?
happened to Charlie Gibson? I guess he wasn't getting the job done? I thought Katie Couric was like the one that was not doing that well. Is she starting to do okay?
No.
Who knows this shit?
I
If
think
you know
she
this
still
shit, give me a
sucks.
call. Huh?
Charlie
think
Gibson's
she's-
retiring.
Oh, he's retiring?
Nah, come on,
She
Travis.
said-
We've
Hey.
taught you stuff over the
Hey.
years.
Yeah.
He's being forced out. It's
It
obvious.
says AP in front of it.
So did Tom Chiusano. He retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to? Why don't you call Chiusano and ask him if he was retiring?
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
I read that he
Loves his fly fishing, but you know what? Tom Chiusano still wants to be in the business. Trust
Of
me.
course he did. That was
He
his whole
didn't
life.
retire.
CBS threw him the fuck out the door.
And that's what they're doing with Charlie Gibson. They're pushing him out. Why? Ratings down? Anyone?
I don't know.
And know what was weird about the whole Diane Sawyer? They're saying they're having her do the evening news to kind of. They almost used the term "sex it up."
Stop it.
Like she's 60 years old. I mean, she looks good. Yes, she looks good for a 60-year-old broad.
There's no such thing. It's just whatever it is.
Let me try to find that ad because I think they said to. Let me see.
Look at there's bees in here.
I can't find the part where they
goodness.
said she's going to sex it up.
Gonna sex it up?
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get the. This is what's weird. Sawyer actually, we say 60, she's 63. Gibson, Travis, who's retiring at the age of 66, really? He's
Yeah.
retiring?
Every single
retiring.
No.
every single network anchor guy has been there until he's just about falling apart.
He said he wanted to retire in 2007.
Nah, he doesn't want to
So
retire.
he was actually doing a favor.
Can I tell
Oh,
you
really?
something? We have very easy jobs.
Ooh.
We have very easy. Yeah, Bono without a shirt and without his glasses.
Wow, Bono's got nice tits. Holy
Got
fucking
some nice
shit.
B-cups.
What's going on with Bono?
He's living a good life, Ed. He
Oh,
doesn't need to
man.
go to a gym. If you're Bono, you don't need to go to a gym.
49?
Is he really?
He kind of looks like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. Holy shit, he does.
I love the Bono, but he's got to keep his shirt on, huh?
Wow, that'll open up options for my brother's 2U band. Now it doesn't matter if his Bonos are fat.
So don't be fooled. Gibson either wasn't getting the job done, well, most likely wasn't getting the job done, and they're going to move Diane Sawyer in there.
It was something about his penis, apparently, because they're going for a vagina.
Yeah.
A dried up one, albeit.
What do
But,
you think the three major networks will all have broads doing the evening news for us?
yeah.
Because now we got 2 out of 3. Who's the third? I don't even. It's wait. It's Brian Williams.
Yes, who took over for Tom Brokaw.
No, Brian Williams ain't going anywhere.
No. He's doing good, I think.
I would imagine he's the top dog in that arena.
Yeah.
So you got that going on. And something that I think is a about time story, YouTube to offer online movie rentals. They're in negotiations with all the major
Really?
movie studios, I believe.
Yeah.
And in the very near future, you'll be able to just rent movies on YouTube.
I'm still not digging on YouTube's quality.
They got the HD thing. It's not that bad.
I know.
It's getting there. No?
Yeah, still
No?
a little pixelated and fucked up.
Well, dude, they upload a billion videos a day.
I know,
What do you want
me,
from them?
Believe me, if this was like...
I'm kind of impressed with what they do on a daily basis.
If this was a few short years ago, I'd be going, oh my God, this is the best video I've ever seen online.
Right.
But
we do want quality.
Yeah.
We want quality so bad.
Some news sites, it's amazing now. It's just very fluid,
Just high
nice.
def, real
Yeah.
nice. Real nice. Speaking of which, did you hear? I think it's Sony. I forgot which company, but they're going to be offering 3D TVs in the very near future. Like when?
That's Sony. I think they want to do it. I think they want to start introducing them next year.
Next year, 3D TVs.
Finally, Ralph Cramden's dream comes true.
And Travis was all over this the other day. He was very excited about the. I think it's Philips that's offering the CinemaScope 21:9 widescreen. Like,
wow.
Meanwhile, there's no aspect ratio. There's no programming that's available in 21:9. So
Not yet.
I don't see what the point of a 21:9 television.
Yeah, that is a little crazy.
You get on the bandwagon early, though.
You know what?
Early.
When you see a square TV, it just throws you off now.
Well, just go over to Sam's house and you'll see fucking E-Rock's old piece of shit
Yeah.
TV over there, I believe.
When did we decide we like rectangles over squares, by the way? What year? And why couldn't we decide we like rectangles over squares a long time ago?
Bandwidth.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's all about fucking signals. And for us to, and I bitch about this all the time, to sit there and watch a movie, especially when you get a movie on demand, and don't realize that it's in 4:3 ratio, it drives me insane.
Yeah.
You put it on, and you're like, why am I fucking watching this? Because 8 people still have fucking cathode ray tube televisions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's annoying as shit. And one of them is our own stupid Sam.
Poor Sam.
16:9. It's fine.
And Oprah to dedicate a show to Michael Jackson, whatever. And
my theater screen.
And study shows that prime time on the internet is 11 p.m. What does that mean?
It's where most people's wives have gone to bed, and the hubbies can fucking jack out a batch and then go to bed.
You want to
Guaranteed more porno at that hour.
My latest thought is this. No matter who you are, I'm talking to the men out there. No matter who you are and who you think you are, this was my thought walking home from the gym yesterday. We're all going to end up in front of computers jerking off at the end of our lives.
At some point?
At some point, that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Jerking off in front of the computer.
Well, I'm already in that club. I don't know anybody who isn't.
Even if you're in a happy relationship, a happy marriage, I think it all ends with you as an old guy in front of a computer jacking off.
Oh, God, just jerking off as an old guy?
That's my latest
computer.
Thought. Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you when I first was introduced to the Internet as we know it.
By the way, happy birthday
yes.
to the Internet's.
Internet is 40.
Yes.
40 years old.
I think yesterday was the official day. I think they got it wrong in the paper today. Because I saw TV. The TV was all over this anniversary
Maybe
yesterday.
they were saying tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Good point.
No
we don't
idea.
have the sound on in here, so you know what?
It doesn't even matter.
You could be right.
But apparently, yeah, 2 computers had a little chat with each other 40 years ago, and that started the Internet and started us jacking off.
What was the conversation? We could
God.
do this gag. This is probably a Morning Zoo bit. Got any pics?
Yeah. But when I first...
Any JPEGs?
Yeah, you've got mail. Oh, wow. There's nothing better than going into some rooms and
old school.
And then you'd put up some
Old
pictures.
school, right.
You'd send some pictures out, and then you'd hear, you've got mail. You've got mail. You've got mail. You're like, oh, I got 3 of them. Now let me download them, see what it is. Yeah. Then it would slowly from top to bottom. You're like, yeah, nice one.
It was like trading baseball cards.
Yep.
You had to give a little bit.
Neater, got her, neater,
You had to give a little to get.
Yep, you did.
But man, and that was the days of the wild, wild west. So when you heard you got mail, whoa.
You've got mail.
You didn't know what you were going to say.
Here it comes. What is it? But when that first fucking came around, I was like, oh my God. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Like a monkey.
But now, it's just unbelievable 40 years later.
Now you go on free porno videos and everything.
Hey, top online searches for today. We don't really pay attention to this usually. Whitney Houston's up there, obviously, because she just hacked it up on Good Morning America.
Yeah, apparently we didn't hear that.
No.
I guess it wasn't that bad.
But the Rolling Stones is the #1 search today. Why? Travis, I'm going to go to you on that one.
It might be because aren't they reinvestigating?
They're investigating the death of what's his name? Brian.
I was going to say Brian Wilson. It's Brian Jones.
Brian Jones.
Right.
Yeah, drowning in his pool years ago.
They think it might be a murder.
They think it.
Oh, you know what it is? It's that there's rumors that Charlie Watts quit.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He didn't quit.
No, I know they deny it.
He's being pushed out.
There's a girl called Abigail.
No one
pool.
No one quits. People get pushed out.
Yeah.
Charlie Watts probably has horrendous arthritis in his knuckles, and they need a new drummer.
Didn't he have the
to
big
keep up with
casino?
Mick?
Didn't he have the big casino recently?
I don't know.
I think it did. Charlie Watts quit.
You think the Rolling Stones will be one of those bands that just continues forever?
As long as Mick is there. Well, you also, I guess, yeah.
I mean, there's too much money to be made from, the trademark, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to think, even when Mick is gone, this band continues somehow.
No way.
Why not?
No way.
There's other bands pretty much doing that now.
You might be able to
Dude, I saw the Allman Brothers recently. 3 out of the 10 people on that stage were original members.
Really?
3. And Greg Allman plays part-time now.
Oh, really? Just kind of pops in when he wants to?
He walks off. And then
he walks off the stage?
He actually walks off, and Bruce Hornsby all of a sudden was playing the Greg Allman part for a while.
What the fuck is that about? Who wants to see that?
Unbelievable. And the other 2 guys are the like drummers.
Jesus.
No one on guitar is an original member in the Allman Brothers anymore. And Greg Allman, he actually, takes a break.
I think if Mick Jagger has to be in the Rolling Stones. Keith Richards, too. But I think even if Keith, dropped dead, if they picked up a popular guitarist that already has a name, they could probably keep going as long as Mick's still there. Once Mick's done, it's over. It's not like it's like the Who continuing without Daltrey kind of a thing.
Yeah, but they could do some kind of almost make it like a tribute to the Rolling Stones, and then they'd start dropping the word tribute, because some bands do that now.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden it's now the band again.
Right.
All right. Why don't we move on? There was another fine home run call last night from John Sterling. And once again, I ask America, is there another sports announcer out there doing this horse shit?
Yeah.
And so far, we got one guy calling about the Penguins, the Pittsburgh Penguins announcer, but we didn't really find any good stuff, right, Danny?
There's a clip on YouTube.
Maybe the guys down the hall could get that if it's worth playing on the air. Because I don't want to just make it all about John Sterling, even though he's the worst.
He is absolutely the worst.
My Twitter went nuts last night because, what's his name? Henske?
Oh, yeah.
I guess Henske hit another homer. And my Twitter exploded.
Hinske, yeah.
Hinske, okay.
Yeah, in the 3rd inning, Hinske hit a home run, and I was just going, thank God Hinske hit another one, because I cannot stand what John Sterling says.
What did we learn yesterday? Hinske with your...
It was Hinske with your best shot. And he was over dramatic with it, and he goes, "Oh, Hinske with your best shot," as if it's hit me with your best shot.
Well, Hinske hit another homer last night.
Yeah.
Yankees win again?
Yes, the Yankees won.
Damn these guys.
Wait. The Yankees win.
I see you throwing your arms up in the air.
Yeah,
like you just don't care.
I never knew how he did it. I always go the or the. But now all you got to do is shake your arms.
He makes very weak fists.
The Yankees win. The Yankees win. What a tool.
Might have to get that on video for everybody. So Yankees beat the Orioles. Damn.
Yeah, they're on a pretty good streak. What is it, 6 games?
You think the Yankees win the World Series this year?
They're 7.5 ahead of the Sox, who lost.
Are you feeling it or what?
I'm feeling it, man. They have pitching and fucking hitting this season. Come on.
And us Mets fans, all we care about is that ridiculous helmet that David Wright is wearing. Did you see this thing?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, on a little news clip.
And they're also saying that the new Shea Stadium, I call it the new Shea Stadium, Citi Field, really hard to get home runs going.
It's a jinx.
So now they're saying, should they move the fences in?
Oh, great.
And so far they're saying, absolutely not. We're not moving the fences in.
Look at that big
or lowering the
helmet.
wall.
Look at that big, stupid helmet.
Fucking Google David Wright's helmet.
That's like the fucking Dukakis tank helmet.
What is he doing?
He looks like
the Great Kazoo.
Yeah. He's got a big fucking...
The Great Kazoo is playing for the Mets now.
Or the hiney-headed aliens from Star Trek.
Yes. The fuck is that?
That looks ridiculous. Well, the Mets pretty much look like a baseball team whose plane crashed on their way to a game. Like they're just all fucked up. Mm-hmm. So they really are done.
Yeah, they're done.
Ski.
So Hinske hit another homer, and here's John Sterling.
And I hear it's even worse
than yesterday.
Than yesterday's Hinske home run call.
The payoff. There goes to deep right center. It is high. It is far. It is gone. He's done it again. Eric Hinske. Hinske with your best shot. Eric Hinske drills into the right center field bleachers and ties the ball game at 1.
He doesn't have any confidence in this.
No, he was
This
trying to
new
almost
one.
sing it. He almost had a sing-song. You think, Hinsky with your bad shot. You fire away right at his head.
Why doesn't the organization tell him to stop? I guess that means there's more people that enjoy the John Sterling home run call.
I can't even imagine that.
Because if public opinion was such where they hated it, the organization would say stop.
No one really says they hate it except us.
Well, somebody
tolerate it.
Somebody over at CBS loves it, I guess, because that's like part of the opening. Like when Yankee baseball starts, like there was John Sterling calls that kind of open the game. Yeah.
Why do we see things so differently than everybody else? I don't get that.
The only thing I regret is that Jimmy Norton isn't here to hear that one because he hasn't heard Hinsky with your best shot yet.
What's wrong with you? Tuesday, that's the first thing we do for him.
Oh, I know.
When he's
Just
back.
play every Hinsky.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully Hinsky will keep knocking him out of the park.
The best part about Jimmy, he just gets so mad.
He gets legitimately angry.
It just starts me laughing.
Yeah.
He gets so mad over this stuff.
What the fuck is he doing?
And wrapping up, I guess, the sports thing, Curt Schilling. Remember good old Curt Schilling?
Of course.
He has some interest in taking Ted Kennedy's seat in the Senate.
Yeah.
What does he know about politics?
Well,
is it that easy to be a politician, Ed?
I think.
And if it is, when are you running?
Yeah, I know, right? I think he's Republican. Yeah, he's a Republican, and he's had his opinions out there in the press in the past. So I mean, what the fuck? But if he thinks a Republican's going to be able to win a seat in Massachusetts, he's out of his goddamn mind.
But Curt Schilling is, first of all, not from Massachusetts. He played for about 10 baseball teams.
Yeah.
People forget quickly.
Mm-hmm.
He played for everybody.
But he was the big hero with the fucking period foot.
Let's not forget period foot.
Old period foot. So, you know. Dark Helmet. Yeah, are you punching up a picture of Dark Helmet from Spaceballs?
Yeah, there's David Wright's
David Wright.
batting helmet. Jesus, David. What are you doing?
What is the logic behind David Wright's giant helmet?
It's because like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, he got hit in the head with a fastball.
Yeah. So they got to.
So now he feels
sure
that he
it
has to
doesn't-
protect more of his
His head, and they called it a ridiculous helmet. It says,
It's
if you
so
look, it goes,
big.
David Wright says he will keep wearing ridiculous-looking new helmet.
It looks like it weighs down his head.
Yeah. He's like a bobblehead doll. It's a life-size bobblehead, baseball bobblehead.
He looks like he should be on a short bus.
The first paragraph of this-
does he take a short bus to Citi Field now?
Game.
The first paragraph of this article from NJ.com says, the other players didn't need to say anything. As soon as David Wright walked anywhere near his teammates or Rockies players Tuesday, he could see it in their faces. Quote, they just started laughing at me, Wright said.
Shit.
Nice. Let me say hi to Jerry in New Jersey. Jerry?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Jerry.
I want to let you know, Francesa does a bit daily of the hilarity of John Sterling's calls.
Oh, he does?
Oh, really?
They basically just laugh out loud at him and replay his calls and doing what it's basically the same thing you guys are doing, trying to figure out how the hell did this man come up with this crap. And then they also pat him on the back a little bit because apparently, you know, people love to hate him, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's winning Emmys with that Yankeeography stuff, and
amazing.
You know, he's on top of the world, but everyone's laughing at him. Everybody.
Well, when you're a sports announcer, you're not supposed to make it about yourself, which John Sterling's doing.
Yeah.
We've said this point many, many times. If something natural comes out, like the famous Al Michaels call, there's a bunch of them you can go to, then fine. But he's at home actually thinking up this stuff.
And he's got his, it is far, it is high, it is far, it is gone. You know,
I understand that. I mean, everyone has sort of their home run call.
Yeah.
But then that's where it should end.
To have a dumb nickname for every player and use it when they fucking jack one out of the park is silly.
Not only that, but he's if you listen to baseball and you know the deal, it's supposed to go an inning on, inning off. You share with your color commentator. Then maybe they call, the guys that are really whores will maybe let their color guy do 2 innings or 3. Susan Waldman doesn't get to sniff.
Thank God, though, because the only thing worse than him is Susan Waldman. I can't listen to her.
But wouldn't that be great for us? just to hear her try to call an inning, and John sitting there just phoning in.
You got a point.
That would be.
You got a point.
Right.
That would kind of be fun.
That would be all right.
He wouldn't let her get a word in. No way.
Yeah.
He would just take over. He would just take over and say, okay, Susan, never mind. I got it.
And why don't we have more Susan Waldman audio?
We really should.
That was the only time she lost her mind. There's got to be more Susan Waldman audio worth bringing to the show.
Ever since she had an orgasm when Clemens showed up, they've shut her up.
Yeah, they just fucking told her to shut the fuck up. You sounded like an idiot.
That was really bad for her.
Wow, goodness gracious.
That was a jumping the shark moment for Susan Waldman.
It was.
Cringe.
All right, thank you, Jerry.
Boys.
All right.
Later, man.
Yep.
Jerry.
Let me say no. All right, we lost him. Okay. You want to take a quick break so we could clear the field for the Mayor Menino audio?
Clear the field. Some men are going to do some drinking.
I think we hit the headlines today. Ted Kennedy says in posthumous. Posthumous, right? Posthumous. Sorry.
Posthumous.
God, I got a little Rich Voss in me today. Ted Kennedy says in posthumous, of course, memoir. He's remorseful over Chappaquiddick.
I'm remorseful. Yeah, good for you. How about you say it when you were alive?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? How about you fucking would have, if you would have said that when you were kicking?
Yeah.
Didn't have a boulder in your head.
And if we're missing any headlines, you guys call us up and help us out with that.
I know.
How are the fires in L.A.?
They're pretty much done. They're out.
For real?
Yeah.
They got them under control?
Yeah, they got them under control. There's no real big fires
anymore.
anymore.
And they're saying humans caused this, so.
Yeah, of course.
Not sure if it was accidental or arson. You got something?
Yeah, big story. I'll be on Red Eye tonight.
Nice.
Fox News.
Nice.
Red Eye. Of course, it's on at 3 in the morning, but DVR it.
Mm-hmm.
DVR that motherfucker. And watch your pal Ant on Red Eye.
I think we're trying to get Andy Levy in today because Patrice was supposed to stop in, but he's got some stuff he's got to take care of today.
Sleeping? What's he doing?
Who knows? We'll get him in soon, though, because we love Patrice on this show. But Andy Levy might stop in. Might pop his head in and say hi.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And we got the Guar guy.
What's his name? Optimus Prime?
Not odorous.
Yeah, it is.
Odorous. Is it really pronounced odorous?
Orungus.
All right, I'm sorry, and I'm laughing at you.
I'm going to call him Optimus Prime.
Odorous will be in here at 9. I hear he's a character. I hear he does very good radio. So,
really? He better.
Yeah, he'll do all right.
Is he the guy with the spikes on his shoulders and stuff?
Let me pull up a picture for you guys.
All right.
Hang on one moment, please.
Dark helmet right still up there, David Wright.
Stupid David Wright.
Let's see.
It's this guy.
Do you know any?
Is he going to be in his full regalia?
Yes, that was actually one of the points that were being made of why we should have. Well, he'll wear his whole costume.
Yes, it's wonderful. He's cut out his coolie hole.
Do you know their music?
Oh my God, that guy?
No. No.
It's not really
Guar, for Christ's sake.
Guar. It's
but Guar has a following.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the show, and no one really buys Guar albums. I think you go to see the live shows.
Well, they do have a new album coming out. Travis was telling me before the show.
Yeah, their new album came out last week, and I believe it debuted at number 96.
You have to tell us the name of the album because I guarantee it's going to be kind of like, ooh.
Well, it sold 5,000.
I like how he painted in abs, and they're really badly painted in.
It's like strong bad.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be hysterical. Come on.
Yeah.
How does he? He's not gonna have that whole face makeup shit on, is it? That looks like it takes forever unless it's a mask.
Dude, he's putting on his costume right now.
It's a mask.
His costume. He'll be in full costume.
Wow.
The new album is called Lust in Space.
Oh, I get it. And it's and apparently he talks about politics and shit, dressed up like that.
He's well versed, and I guess he'll make you sound like a liberal.
Really?
Yeah, he's hardcore.
Well, that's good.
Hardcore Republican. Hardcore all the way.
I was like cringing.
Why does he got a penis thing?
He's got a giant Schween cover that is like some kind of devil thing. They're just.
I hope he doesn't show up with the penis.
I hope he does.
Thing on.
I hope he does.
If he does, we're gonna make Sam kiss it.
He's gonna make me sound like a liberal.
That's what people were telling me on Twitter last night.
That's a little difficult to do. I was so pissed off driving in. I heard fucking Bloomberg.
Yeah, what's Bloomberg up to?
He's got his fucking schnoz in gun issues. He wants to. Now, on the outside, this sounds reasonable and logical, but as I see it, it's unnecessary. He wants a no carry while you're drinking policy, where if you're caught carrying a sidearm on you legally, and you're drinking over some level, I don't know, haven't even said what they deem being intoxicated is for having a carry a weapon, it will be illegal.
I have to tell you, it sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
On the surface.
It sounds reasonable on the surface.
What's the problem?
The problem is, give me some fucking statistics, you fucking mayor piece of shit. How many people in New York City, because he doesn't control the state, it's just citywide. How many people citywide, legal gun owners that have a license to carry concealed, I'm not talking about thugs who are illegally carrying guns, accidentally shoot people while they're drunk? I want the fucking stats. I want to know how big a problem this is that he's got to fucking legislate again against legal gun owners.
I got to say, it must be a tiny number.
Dude, it's got to be nothing that there's drunk people wielding weapons around shooting. You know who's drunk and stoned and fucking shooting each other? Criminals. That's who's doing it. And missing their targets and hitting kids. Criminals who are already illegal. Stop legislating against legal gun owners. And, of course, he wants to outlaw armor-piercing bullets, which, again, are, I thought they were illegal. But he wants to outlaw those. I don't really need those, to tell you the truth. They're probably fun to shoot at big metal plates.
If you outlaw those, I mean, people are going to get their hands on them anyway.
Of course. Then only the bad people have them.
See, I've learned a lot from you.
It's the word they just.
I used to be the get rid of gun guy.
Yeah, they just legislate against legal gun owners
but now
because they can't do anything about it.
I understand the issue
guys.
a lot better because of you.
It's just abominable that this guy is putting his schnoz in this whole thing. Oh, it's annoying the piss out of me.
Oh, great. Odorous, we got more info on Odorous costume. Mark in Massachusetts. Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, so I've seen Guar like 4 or 5 times, and this guy's like costume has a prosthetic dick in it that sprays fake jizz with some pneumatic like pressurized system.
All right, who gets squirted with jizz today on our show?
E-Rock.
Yeah, E-Rock.
Of course.
We haven't heard from E-Rock since coming back from break.
No.
E-Rock gets jizz in the face today. Holy shit, we got to make that happen.
Oh, my God, would that be fantastic?
Thank you for that, Mark.
That's all I got.
And if he's listening, he better bring in the apparatus that shoots the jizz.
Yes, bring your jizz.
I'm sure he's got a box of stuff that like screws onto the crotch of this thing because I've seen this like 4 different fucking things.
Okay.
Every time I see him in concert, they got like a heroin needle and shit. It's fucking crazy.
Nice.
No, I'm looking forward to the guy. I hear he does really good radio, and I hear he's really good on Red Eye.
Yeah.
So I've never
like
seen.
over there.
I was supposed to watch those clips. You were supposed to watch those clips.
Please.
But
I slept till 6 last
yeah,
night.
who has time for that crap? Show prep. What's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mitch, White Plains.
Mitch.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Nothing. Listen, Anthony, man, he's not really going after legal gun owners. He's probably just adding a charge for the stupid Plaxico Burses and Sean Diddy Combs of the world.
No, it's not. He's talking about legal gun owners that have permits to carry firearms. That you will get a carrying while intoxicated charge if you're carrying your gun legally and you're drinking. Now, like I said, on the outside it sounds good because you don't want somebody drunk wielding a gun around. But the fact of the matter is, I want to see statistics. I want to see how many people are killed, and not people breaking into their house or trying to jack their car, and the guy happens to be drunk and shoots the guy legitimately. I want to know how many people are killed tragically by firearms, by legally owned guns that are being carried legally, but the guy is intoxicated, which is, based on, let's say, a DWI, 0.08 or higher.
Actually, he's not going after these club guys who just carry guns because they got to protect their bling and stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
The law would use the same definition of intoxication as the legal limit for driving. Let me tell you something. I could fucking put a grouping in center target at probably a .1.
Don't you shoot better when you've had a few?
Oh, loosens you up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, you practice drunk, though, don't you?
Actually, it says right in. You know, you should know as a gun owner, a responsible gun owner, you should know you're not firing your weapon when you're drinking. It's not. You know that. And again, it's a constitutional right. He said it's the same thing. The mayor actually said, he goes, carrying while intoxicated should be the same thing as driving while intoxicated. Driving, again, is a privilege in this country. It is a privilege that is doled out and can be taken away from you without any rights to you or anything. Gun ownership and actually bearing the arm, which is carrying the arm, is a constitutional right, which cannot be taken away from you. How about drunk talking? Freedom of speech, First Amendment. How about you get the First Amendment and get people drunk while talking?
That's crazy.
Actually, in certain cases, I would appreciate that.
That's crazy.
Because some people really babble like assholes when they're drunk.
I'm
and
going
I've
away
had
for
it.
a long time.
Oh, my God.
If you would go away for a long time.
Yeah.
But
I had
it's
a line from the compound
constitutional
joke,
right,
too.
and I don't think intoxication should infringe on your right. I mean, what other right is infringed upon by drinking?
But I think you just try and get these guns out of these clubs. I mean, that's the main issue, I think.
Who gives a shit? We're not in these clubs.
You know what? I
understand that.
I don't need Bub in the club.
If people are firing off weapons drunk in the club, that's one thing. If they're firing off weapons and they're illegal guns, they're illegal anyway. So whether he's drunk or not, the guy's going to fucking jail. If you're a legal gun owner and you're blowing a .08, it doesn't matter that maybe if someone tries to jack your car on the way out that you can't now carry because you've had a couple of beers. Go fuck yourself. That's what I say. That's my opinion.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, man.
Jim in New York, if law passes, lots of cops will go to jail.
Yeah, right?
We love our cop friends.
Responsible police officers put their guns away.
Of course. Rob in Jersey. Rob.
Hey, what's up, Bob? How you doing?
Pretty good, Rob.
Did you hear the Y.E. Yang call when he beat Tiger that the announcer was sitting on for at least the last 6 holes? It was Y.E.S.
Oh, really? Can we get that down the hall?
You guys ruined it for me. Oh, I had to turn it off. It was terrible.
Zoinks.
During our break, Tiger Woods, which one was it? The PGA Championship, right?
PGA, yeah. When,
Fucking, he loses to this Y.E. Yang guy who was like ranked, I don't know, 180 in the world or something. Tiger has a nice, comfortable lead and completely fucking blows it. And this guy was like, he had fucking ice water in his veins.
Yeah.
This guy just kicked Tiger's ass.
They said his career earnings were something like $200,000. He won 1.7 for that tournament win alone.
Dude, this was one of the biggest sports stories over the break. I know you hate golf and all that, but this was a biggie. This was a biggie.
Him choking, I mean.
Choking, and then you got this guy who's an Asian golfer. Now, you know, the Asian golf world is out of their minds.
Oh, boy.
Now they're going to start chopping down all sorts of stuff to make golf courses, plowing over neighborhoods just because this guy won. That's how it works.
That guy's punching out. Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find that. Thanks, Rob.
Cool, man.
All right, we'll break. Also, we're going to do the Mayor Menino debate that was live on TV last night in Boston.
Hear him
got
try
some
to
fine highlights from that. And I want to discuss the word shorty.
Shorty as in the urban lingo?
Yes.
All right.
I have someone that comes over the house once a week to clean up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
A little bit.
Uh-huh.
And she enjoys her music.
Right.
So as I'm playing Tiger Woods 10, I crank up some of these, I don't know, stations on Sirius XM that I didn't even know were there.
Some hip-hop?
Oh, boy. Every other fucking song has the word shorty in it.
Really?
Enough with shorty.
I thought that was kind of a passé word.
That's what I was sort of thinking.
Yeah.
They still do the bub and the club
rap?
and the shorty. And
yeah.
Every song is about shorty, though. We should do maybe a montage of shorty. We'll get into that after the break, too. Opie and Anthony. We're looking at Oderus's bio there, Ann, and you noticed
Yes.
a couple fine little tidbits about Oderus that we did not know.
Quite amazing. Did you know Oderus is the lead singer of Gwar? Of course, according to Gwar mythos, Oderus is 43 billion years old, Opie. He was assembled on the planet Scumdogia. His father was reportedly a supercomputer, and his mother a petri dish.
He also ate Jerry Springer on a stage once. Let's not forget. And he's going to be on Red Eye with you, Anthony.
He better be in the newsroom.
What does that mean?
Well, that's when you get relegated to downstairs.
By yourself?
Yeah, you sit in a stool.
What the fuck is that about?
Where people are milling about doing work, and you sit on a stool with a light and a camera and a monitor.
Why can't they squeeze you in with the big boys?
Well, usually they do, but last time I was there, they had a last-minute guest, which was one of the Fox News guys.
Right.
So he had to sit up there because he works for Fox News.
No, I understand that, but why can't they just make room for everybody? That makes it hard. If
Well-
you're in a studio by yourself, as everyone else is having fun upstairs or wherever
Yeah,
they are,
yeah.
that's got to be a hard thing to do.
I'm just looking at him.
World Series of Poker, and apparently there's some kind of law against wearing weird masks on your head. I tried to explain to them this is my real face. They shot me up with elephant tranquilizer and threw me in the back alley.
Whoa. Oh my God, that's rough. That is
I haven't seen a collection of degenerates and weirdos as vast since the last Republican convention.
Not good, huh?
So were you mobbed have you been mobbed while you're there by adoring fans?
No, they drove me about 40 miles outside of town and dropped me in the desert. They're trying to pretend I'm not even here. After the show is over, I'm walking back down to the Rio, and I'm going to kill everyone.
That guy's coming in, huh? All right.
Oh, my God.
We'll have fun with him.
Who agreed to this?
Red Eye tonight.
Oh, I didn't.
We both did it.
Jesus, okay.
Look at the video.
We thought Patrice was going to be here.
Yeah, see, maybe we should take people inside the show again. We booked the Gwar guy because we thought Patrice would just make fun of him. And now it's just me and Ant with the Gwar guy. So now what? Someone's getting shot with jizz today, though. We know that.
They call him interplanetary correspondent?
Yes. Hey, is E-Rock around? Will he agree to the jizz thing?
I'm sure he is.
Officially.
E-Rock's a team player.
Well, where's E-Rock?
Oh, yeah.
He's in the office.
If he could come down here, because we got to explain the jizz thing to him. I guess the Gwar guy has a huge, penis apparatus thing that shoots jizz.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
want E-Rock to take one in the face.
How did... I'm just wondering how people worked on the news as Oderus was doing that, because he's in a room where people are
He's a bit of a distraction.
milling about. Yes.
Yeah.
Bit
Here
of a
comes E-Rock.
distraction. Yeah, take your time, E-Rock.
I love the
E-Rock's
people
lumbering.
that slowly walk down the hall. You know what kind
Lumbering.
of pressure we have on a daily basis in front of live microphones? The least you can do is get down here quickly and help us out.
I'm told that that penis apparatus thing,
Yeah.
it actually has its own name. It's called the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu. I don't know why, but that's the official name.
E-Rock.
Yes, sir.
So the cuttlefish of what?
Cthulhu.
Shoots fake jizz. Would you take a load in the face for
As
the
far
show
as we
today?
know, it's fake.
Like I have a choice in this. Of course, I'm going to have to.
Well,
do
we'll
this.
ask him what the jizz is made out of. I'm sure he's been working on.
Made of jizz.
It's probably his own jizz he just
Yeah.
collects. What do you think he makes his jizz out of? He's probably been working on this recipe for a long time.
I think a lot of people make it out of
Lotion.
corn syrup, and like icing. I know. What we got the recipe once from Penthouse. What they use.
Yeah, I forgot what they said.
Yeah, I forgot too.
That means we need a memory.
Yeah.
Stupid memory. Who needs one of those?
Oh, look at that.
All right. Well, you're going to take the jizz in the face then?
I guess I have to.
It's not real jizz. Chill out.
Yay, E-Rock.
All right, back to work.
He looks silly.
Hey, Pittsburgh Penguins announcer Mike Lang. We finally got his calls to see if they're as douchey as John Sterling's.
I doubt it, but We can give it a try.
Oh, scratch my back with a hacksaw.
Scratch my back with a hacksaw?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Jaromir Jagr and the Penguins have the lead, 4-3, and he smoked him like a bad cigar. And he smoked him like a bad cigar. He smoked him like a bad cigar.
Oh, okay, so he uses that one a lot.
He likes that one,
Smoked him like a bad cigar. Now, wait a minute. Why would you smoke a bad cigar? If he smoked him, he would smoke him like a good cigar, which is like you're
really enjoying the smoke. You're really taking in the
smoking
smoke.
it.
Right.
A bad cigar, you don't smoke that much.
Hell
You
fucking
take
no.
a couple of puffs and go, this sucks.
Maybe he smoked them quick. Maybe bad cigars burn quick.
You're just speculating completely.
I've never smoked a cigar before.
Yeah.
Of course not.
I would
Look at
say he smoked him like a fine cigar. That makes more sense. This guy's an idiot.
And the Penguins take a 1-0 lead. Oh, get that dog off my lawnmower.
What the fuck does that mean?
Get that dog off my lawn.
We could argue the cigar thing, but what does that one mean? Get that dog off my lawnmower.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a dog on a lawnmower?
Never.
Shouldn't this be based on maybe something
but
that is real?
The way he said it was like, get that dog off my lawn mower. Like I've heard of get that dog off my lawn. You know, people would yell,
Sure.
hey, get that dog off my lawn mower. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Jagr bowling nice. He scores! He beats goaltender Terrari. Oh, Michael, motorcycle, Jaromir Jagr.
Michael Motorcycle. Boy, this guy is a hack.
McLean doesn't know whether to cry or wind his watch. McLean doesn't know whether to cry or wind his watch.
All right.
And poor Theodore doesn't know whether to cry or wind his watch.
Anthony, when was the last time you actually wound a watch?
Wound the watch? I can't even recall. I really don't wind a watch.
The watch is
battery in there. And by the way, that is a cop-out. The saying is, doesn't know whether to shit or wind his watch.
Oh, really?
That is the saying.
I've never heard that saying
He doesn't
before.
know whether to shit or wind his watch.
Well, now we got video of a dog attacking a lawnmower.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll. Jerry Slinger with Jagr cruising in front of the net. He gets the lead, turns around, what a goal by Jagr. And get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll. Oh, get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll.
Well, if it's a bingo game, it's coming up 68.
By Sam Drake and get his dog 1-2. And Kovalev stepping out in front, nine there, and a big save, rebound, score, Straka. And you can buy Sam a drink and get his dog 1-2. And the Penguins score with 3.5 seconds to go in the period. And you can buy Sam a drink and get his dog 1-2.
Sam, by the way, just to take you a little inside here, and Sam is sitting where Danny usually sits for a few moments, and no matter what is being said, he is Googling pictures of it and shoving it up on the monitor at an alarming pace.
A dog
so we
drinking
saw
soda.
a dog on a lawnmower. Now there's a dog drinking a soda. We saw a grandma playing bingo. Like everything that happens, stupid Sam is popping a picture of it.
And now to Jagr, fires, he gets his third of the night, the hat trick for Jaromir Jagr. And here come the hats. It's hat night at the Mellon Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, you got it. Elvis has just left the building.
Why would Elvis leave the building for a hat trick?
Probably
Maybe they put him over the top, like the game's done. Right, I hear you. I hear you. And there's
As he beats Theodore like a rented mule. Joey Mama taps it by Van Beesbrook, and he beats him like a rented mule. Jaromir Jagr beats Luongo like a rented mule.
all right. If you rent a mule, apparently you beat it. And there's some
a mule for rent.
Sam found a picture of a mule with a for rent sign on it.
On its side.
Wow. Sam is just
That
amazing
indeed
at
is
Googling.
a rented mule.
Wow.
5 seconds to go. Loose around to the far corner. 2 seconds. The Penguins are going to win the Stanley Cup, I believe. Stelio shoots it blocked. The Penguins have won the Stanley Cup. Oh, Lord Stanley, get me the brandy.
He worked on that one.
Yeah, he knew.
That was one he worked on.
It's just something a little different about his delivery that isn't quite. Is that Lord Stanley, Sam? Thank you.
Good old
like
Lord
Jack
Stanley.
Daniels. Every guy looked like Jack Daniels back then.
Let's go to Bill in Pittsburgh. Bill.
Hello, Bill.
Hello. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for exposing this douche who's been doing this for over 20 years. He's driven me crazy. And, I mean, play-by-play, pretty good. Those calls, douche, chills.
Yeah,
I think you're going to hear every sports announcer come up with this shit now. I think this is the latest trend as far as calling games. I like his energy, though, as far as announcing a hockey game.
Yeah.
But then, God bless you.
Like it doesn't sound bad.
No, I don't mind when he's calling a game. I've actually heard him before, but coming up with that stuff, enough already. Really.
Yeah, enough of the silliness.
Yeah. All right, and let's say hi to Jeremy in Alabama. Very good news, Anthony. He has the perfect jizz recipe.
Ooh.
Yes, Jeremy.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, here's the recipe, and don't ask me how I know this, but pina colada drink mix that you'd buy at the grocery store, mixed down with a little bit of water. You can spray it on a girl's face all day, and she's not going to get sick.
What is it?
Pina colada mix? And
Yeah,
a little
pina
water?
colada mix. Yeah, like you use at F.H. Riley's there. Plug.
I'm trying to think if that even looks like... Does that look like jizz?
Yeah.
I guess it could, because I think that's what Bear from Maryland is saying. That's pretty much the same stuff.
Oh, really?
Pina colada mix is...
Wow, Bear's going to back you up, Jeremy. Bear.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
I think what he's referring to is a product called Coco Lopez. It has like the same color, same consistency as a nice batch. And it looks like a can of bukkake.
Yeah, I've seen people making that, making like a pina colada and pouring that shit in, and it does have a jizz-like appearance.
Use Coco Lopez and pineapple juice, dump it in there, you got yourself a nice pina colada, but it is some sticky, gooey, batchy consistency.
Well, hold on. This I'm reading this recipe for theatrical cum looks like real cum. Has no sugar, so as to discourage yeast, and has natural taste, so that you can really get into the fantasy. Because it contains raw egg white, you should make it fresh right before use and discard the leftovers. If you are concerned about using a raw egg, either don't swallow it or use pasteurized egg whites, which can be purchased at most supermarkets. However, fresh egg give better consistency. 1 cup water, 2 tablespoons cornstarch, 1 raw egg white, 1 tablespoon plain yogurt, and a pinch of salt.
Yes.
And that will give you the perfect fake jizz.
We should have the boys have a fake jizz making contest.
Fake jizz bukkake contest. Ugh.
We'll use Patty's face.
Again.
She hasn't been on the show in a while. Thank you, Bear.
I don't like the taste of it.
Let me go to Charlie in Philly. Charlie.
What's up, boys?
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, instead of beat him like a rented mule, isn't it supposed to be beat him like a redheaded stepchild?
Yeah, both have been used over the years, I believe.
Yeah, he probably got in trouble for that one.
He probably used
I
them
hate
once. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I'd rather hear the grease man do the Yankee calls that he does. Belly to belly, waddle doodle.
I'm back to back, and the belly to belly.
Snarling. Later, boys.
Snarlins to you too, sir.
Yeah, we should have picked up on that. Sounds a little bit like the grease man.
Yeah. Waddle doodle.
Slinging lead in that bet. Anthony, time for some Mayor Menino audio. And let's not forget about the guy that slapped that kid in a mall. I think it was. We'll get into
At,
that story.
Walmart.
Yeah, I want to do that, but we've been teasing this Mayor Menino audio.
Yeah, Mayor Menino's up for the re-election, I guess, huh?
It's amazing. We left Boston.
Boston.
I think 11 years ago. I think.
Yep.
and he was the mayor before we got there, and we did 3 years in Boston.
Yeah.
I guess he's been at it for 16 years. And
16 fucking years as mayor of Boston.
Oh, is this good? Is it worth playing?
Just to get the point across.
All right. Remember the PGA Championship call that guy came up with? Said it was really douchey.
Oh yeah.
When Tiger Woods choked to this Y.E. Yang, I think.
Y.E. Yang.
I think that's his name.
Yi Yang.
This is how it went down.
Well, here you go. This is it. This is to change the game. Parts all around the world. Y.E. Yang.
Y.E. Yang has won the PGA Championship.
Y.E. yes?
He goes, Y.E. yes. He was waiting
to say that.
Oh, was he hoping that went in?
I think that's what it comes down to. When you know the announcer's been waiting to say the certain phrase,
right.
That's what drives me nuts. If it comes off the cuff.
Didn't just pop into his head.
Right.
Yes, holy shit.
No, he had that written down in front of him. He said, all right, if he makes this putt, I'm going to
just
go
waiting,
with this.
yeah.
Right. Well,
don't mind me.
What is that about?
I don't know.
What is...
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Stop.
Oh, boy.
He's going to rip off the guy's face.
What?
This is...
Why was he eating bugs out of his
hair? No.
What?
No.
That's not what was happening? No.
I don't think that's what was happening, but...
Are you sure?
Very funny.
Just a little confused there.
Yeah, me too.
Love how my funny stuff is visual. That works great for the radio. All right, Ant, Mayor Menino. So he did a debate last night. He's been the mayor for 16 years, and we learned that he was able to somehow avoid debating people on live TV.
Yep.
And obviously it's because he sucks at speaking.
He can't speak.
He might be a good politician. I don't even really know. It seems like Boston does okay.
It seems like Boston runs itself.
Right. But Mayor Menino is up for re-election, and he finally had a debate for the first time on live TV with other candidates that sound so much like politicians.
Yeah.
Smooth talkers.
Yep, they've
they're very good at public speaking.
They know how to answer questions at a debate.
Mm-hmm.
They know that political lingo, and they have the nice voice.
Yeah.
And then Menino is like they threw a retard in there just for the fun of it.
You want to start with Mayor Menino's opening statement?
Run-on ideas and run-on sentences. He doesn't know how to wrap up an idea. He's stumbling over words, mumbling, getting words wrong.
What's fun about Mayor Menino? You get to put the periods in for him.
Yeah, go ahead. See where the period would go.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. McCrae, thank you. Mr. Menino, Boston better off or worse off?
Thank you, John, for having this forum this evening. And to the audience out there, thank you for being interested in a campaign about the future of our city. Boston today is a different city than it was 4 years ago. When we think about the issue of development, we continue to improve our neighborhoods. Neighborhoods of Boston today are stronger than ever before. When it comes to public education, we're making progress in the Boston public schools every year. We think about crime. The lowest crime rate in 40 years right now in the city of Boston. That's what the city's all about. Jobs. We're in the green job era. And how do we create more jobs for the future? And on the green issue, let me tell you, this is about the future. We've done a lot with green job training. We continue to move Boston forward when it comes to our city. And we stabilized the tax rate. The last 2 years, the tax rate has been stable.
Yeah.
How do we get there? Because good financial management of our city, and that's what we do every day. Manage the city well for the people of Boston, make sure the taxes and the rates of taxes are stable.
Mr. Menino, thank you.
What the fuck was he covering there, by the way?
He sounds like, you ever hear or watch a sixth grader debate?
He was just trying to fill up as much time as he could with as much babble about everything. Green jobs. We're in the green job era. It's the future. And with that, green jobs as the future.
That's how a sixth grader would debate that.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the worst.
Mayor Menino continues by arguing with his opponent about street flaggers. What's a street flagger?
It's like they moved, the traffic
through
the construction sites and stuff.
Yeah,
they're using cops.
And so the debate was whether to use cops to do that or just hire people to just wave the flags.
Ooh, that's a biggie up there, man.
Yep, the police details.
There's a policeman on every construction site in the Boston area.
Yeah.
I forgot what that's based on, but I think it's based on the fact that somebody did their job horribly wrong, and I think they lost some lives. So they said, nope, we're giving this detail to the cops up there.
4 hours to learn how to be a street flagger, a civilian flagger, to get their certification in Massachusetts. I'm for eliminating police details so that we can have policemen fighting crime in this city.
Thank you. Mr. Menino, 1 minute.
I'm in favor of police details because give me 200 additional police officers in the streets of our city.
I don't know what he said.
He said he'll give him 200 unconditional police. Well, I don't know what he said. It's not. I go 200 digital
details because give me 200 additional police officers in the streets of our city. Just imagine having flaggers on Massachusetts Avenue as you're doing construction. Who's going to get the cars towed? Who's going to move the traffic? But also, detail officers help us fight crime. Just look at Charlestown the other day. 2 officers on detail solved the bank robbery. The other day, 2 officers on detail helped solve another crime. They work, and the cost is approximately the same as a flag man. So the details, there's a lot of conversation about that. But why do we protect the state police, and why do we have the Boston police? We need police officers on Mass Avenue, Dorchester Avenue. On side streets, yes, we could go with flagmen. But on main thoroughfares in the city, it's about moving traffic, it's about fighting crime, it's about more officers in the streets.
Thank you, Mr.
Wow.
You wait, Mayor Menino, you mean to tell me that a police officer on a detail work as a flagman is the same amount of money as just some scrub waving a fucking flag? Stop it!
Wow.
Why are they homeboys for Mayor Menino?
Bofferston loves him.
They certainly
They
do.
certainly do. Mayor Menino says something about schools in this clip.
Something, we're not quite sure what it is.
No.
You, Mr. Menino, 1 minute.
I propose in-district charter schools. What I want to do is take the underperforming schools, give the superintendent and the school committee the opportunity to move those underperforming schools up to a place of choice schools in our city. We don't need more schools. We need better schools. In 2006, Boston was given the Broad Prize for the best urban school system in America. And just recently, U.S. News and World Report listed 8 of our high schools were nationally recognized by them. Do we have problems? Yes, we do, because we take every child in. But we're dealing with some of this. The dropout rates decreased by 30% since I've been mayor of the city. That's important. Also, we put full kindergarten in Boston for 4-year-olds. We went from 3 K-8s to 28 K-8s. That's what we're doing. But charter schools, I was never against charter schools. I was against the issue of financing charter schools because they get more money for their students than I do for the Boston Public Schools. That's my issue.
Oh, charter schools?
What
is that
issue
what he was
is
saying?
your issue?
Oh.
Child schools?
I think he was trying to say the word that
Charter
we say
schools.
as charter.
Charter schools.
How does it come out child?
It sounded like China schools, too. I don't know what he was saying.
That one isn't as bad, but still. I mean, if you're the mayor, you should speak a little better than that.
What, did you follow what he was talking about?
No.
Exactly.
No. Honestly, you try.
Yeah.
And then
he runs on and on. You don't know what he's talking about.
Well, let's go to the next one. Mayor Menino says business is growing in Bofferston.
Why are we continuing to lose private sector jobs and failing to create new ones, and how would you reverse that trend?
John, 1,200 jobs increase because we continue to improve the Boston Public Schools, the police department, and fire. If you look at those number of those jobs, they go into public safety and education in our city. We're increasing our job. We just worked with one of the corporations to bring them to Boston. They're going from 700 jobs to 1,200 jobs. We continue to invest in new economies down the water from the creative industries of our city. We continue to do those things as we go through the difficulties of this recession that we're in. But I just want to say, looking forward, how do we look forward? Is look at the life sciences. How do we continue to invest in life sciences? How do we continue to look at what we're doing with the legal seafood development? How do we create all these things that continue to bring jobs to Boston? You know, the Municipal Research Bureau only looks at small numbers. We look at the big picture and how we create more people to come into our city, how we're helping businesses grow in Boston. That's what I'm looking at. Not then bringing in new people. Business grow in Boston. Precision.
Thank you, Mr. Yoon.
He ended with precision.
Precision. And didn't he say he bringing more people into Boston for jobs? And then he goes, "We're not looking to bring new people into Boston."
Yeah.
He contradicted himself completely.
There, a little bit.
I think what he was getting at was there are new jobs in Boston because he opened legal seafood restaurant.
Yeah. And you don't brag about 1,200 jobs in a city
in
like
16
Boston.
years.
Yeah, in 16 years.
100 jobs a year, basically. Great.
Fucking guy.
Mayor Menino responds to accusations of corruption.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is something that's talked about up there in Boston.
I can't even say the word.
These guys will tell you that they've squeezed the budget to the minimum. But just back on June 20th, a City Hall worker, someone who worked at the BRA, James Rourke, gave the mayor a $200 campaign contribution. 10 days later, the mayor sold Mr. Rourke a piece of city property assessed at $100,000.
All right. You know what? You know what, though? This guy's got to relax.
Why?
He gave the mayor $200, and the mayor turns around and gives him a property worth over $100,000 for $200.
Well, same guy.
If there's corruption, wouldn't you think that number would be a bit higher?
Maybe that's all you saw.
A piece of city property assessed at $100,000 for a mere $5,000. This is the mayor's signature on the deed right here.
Oh.
This is the type of corruption that's going on at City Hall right now under the auspices of our political figures here. We need to stop the giveaways that's going on here.
Okay, that's a serious, specific charge made against you, Mr. Mayor. I want you to take the first turn to rebut it. Go ahead, sir.
John, Kevin, that's nonsense. You know that.
John,
that's nonsense. You know
Kevin.
that. John, Kevin. Oh, how am I going?
I don't know the other guy. I don't even know his name, but he at least sounds like a politician.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. You know that. And my record shows it. Mr. Rook got a piece of about a lot. We have that program in the city of Boston. Land next to a person's home. We don't want to maintain that lot, so we sell it to the abutter next door. We went to our legal counsel. We checked it out. So, your charges are out of balance.
Your charges are what?
Out of balance.
Out of balance.
There's like out of bounds, out of line, anything but out of...
He couldn't pronounce Rourke. It's his friend's last name.
That Rook?
We don't want to maintain that lot, so we sell it to the abutter next door. We went to our legal counsel. We checked it out. So, your charges are out of balance.
Out of balance?
Out of balance?
Yeah, not out of bounds.
I think he was trying to say out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Oh, Mr. Rook. Mr. Rook.
Mayor Menino gets snippy about the city budget in this next clip.
Boy.
Is this a good one?
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, since January, the mayor has put $120 million into the bank.
All right, rebuttal.
That is not true, Kevin. It's you have
Here's the
$100 million
document right here.
One at a time, please.
This is capital funds we use to pay our bills in city government. If you know how to do city budget, that money is used to pay our bills. And the city government continues to grow our expenses, our union contracts, salaries, operation. That's why we have the additional money.
Exactly. It grows and grows and grows, but we don't get better service.
Let me just tell you, the city has been lowest. We've had the highest bond rating of any of our city ever in the past. Why? Because we know how to manage our city well. Also, we reduced refinancing of bonds. We saved $30 million. 8.6 million was saved by overtime reductions. Also,
here's the document right here. We have more money in the bank than we ever had in history.
Kevin, we'll give you a lesson in budget management because you don't understand it. I was fortunate. I like you a lot, but you don't understand budget.
All right,
management.
let's let the other.
You don't understand budget management.
But this is the mayor trying to talk.
He's on the run in this debate. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, that one Kevin guy is really bashing him. He's got paperwork. He's got signatures. He's got fucking figures.
Mr. Mayor, with all due respect, you have too much power. Your office has too much power. And unless we address that, none of the things that we've talked about on this debate are going to be solved as challenges that we're going to face in the 21st century.
Go ahead, rebut him.
Yeah, Sam, this is just me. It's the people who work for me who have a say in what happens to the government. I have a cabinet, over half of those individuals, over half of them, didn't work for me in the campaign. Most of my department heads did not work for me in the campaign. This is not about patronage. It's about hiring the best people to do the job. Calvin Johnson, Ed Davis, Barbara Ferrer. That's what we continue to do, is hire people who are experts in their field to help me do the job, because mayors can't do it alone. You need a good staff, and also you have to have neighborhood folks who call on every day to help you make decisions about how you move the city forward over the next several years.
Go ahead. He's not rebutting the charges. No. He's charging that the mayor has too much power. And then he talks about his staff.
Someone on instant feedback writes, Superantenna, Superintena, Superantenna Sku Ka Me. And then writes, what the fuck was that? Superantenna Sku Ka Me. There you go.
That's where odorous Arungus comes from.
Wow. Mayor Menino.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm stunned every time he speaks.
It's amazing.
It's
I think if you become a politician, you really need to know how to speak.
Yeah.
In public. Right?
Unbelievable. You should be able to. Part of it is being a public speaker. Your job is to, run the city, but then you have to be able to communicate what you're doing and what you've done to those people. How do you do that when you can't even speak?
You could be the head of John Hancock. You could be the publisher of the Globe. And I'll tell you when you're mayor of the city of Boston, you could be mayor of Boston. Because we all come from the same place.
What?
When you're trying to plot your summer fun, look for the oversized map pins. There'll be a different attractions across our city.
Okay, I defy you.
Go try to find a mapping.
To tell me what the fuck he was just talking about.
If you're in Boston right now, please try to find a mapping.
Give me a mapping.
And take a picture of that.
A mapping?
I've never seen a mapping before. What do they eat? What do mappings eat?
These cost increases can get the way of having summer fun, but only if we let it.
What? There's a mapping.
Is that a mapping?
Sam found some mappings.
What's a mapping?
Mappin Spine Jewelers.
Mappin Spine Jewelers.
That's not what it is.
Oh. Mappin?
Of course, some of the classics for you.
It's Mother's Day celebration, actually. Come downtown, enjoy yourself. Give the Celtics the rousing cheer they deserve. A rousing rousing season in the city of Boston.
Rousing season.
You know what? And it won't even be close, by the way. He will be reelected.
Oh, yeah.
No one comes close to beating this guy.
I don't get it.
I'm really delighted to have you hosting our first ever joint ceremony of celebrate 2008 Boston Educators and Service Excellence Award winners.
Ujahosen. What's Ujahosen? I don't get it.
Yes, the number of individual homeless are down.
Just two more for today.
I was on Berkeley Street one day. Who was on the street begging? The guy you played cards with. Because he turned to alcoholism.
And finally.
But also, doing resumes. The other things I'm going to teach you on Friday are very important. So, if I was you, who was you to be there?
Who's you to be there? Well, who's you to be there?
We'll leave it there. We could go all morning with this. There's literally another 30 clips.
He is
30.
a wreck. And he'll be be mayor again.
Let me say hi to Doug in Boston. Doug.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
All right, he is an ass, and he cannot speak. But a mapping is a little blown-up corner down of if you ever look at a state map, and they have the city blow-ups down in the corner with all the details of it.
Sure.
That is a map-in. It's 2 words. He's just a fucking mumbling idiot.
Mapping?
Oh, so you can't even really defend him.
Did he even mean that?
Yeah, it's a map.
Yes, it is an actual thing.
Okay. Thank you,
He
sir.
just can't talk.
Wow. Let me go to Michael in Virginia. Michael?
Good morning, boys.
Hey.
Hey, when he holds a press conference, does someone next to him have an applause sign to let people know what's going on?
Yeah, just he's astoundingly.
He's a bumbling idiot.
Absolutely.
You just can't hear.
But he'll be the mayor again. Chris, Long Island.
Hey, what's up, guys? I heard if you ask Mayor Menino about the 3 branches of the government, he can tell you the House, the Senate, and legal seafood.
Yeah, illegal seafood.
And Andy in Cleveland. Andy.
Hey, as bad as Menino is, I don't know if I want to trade him for what we got in Cleveland. We got Frank Jackson. He's the anti-Obama. He looks white, but sounds like an ignorant black man.
Oh, we might. Can we get some of that? Maybe
Yeah,
we
I'd
can
like
find
to see
some audio of
that.
that guy.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
sir.
he's up for re-election.
All right, yeah, we'll look into that. I appreciate it. Let's go to John in Salem, Massachusetts.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, John.
Offering some translation for Mr. Menino.
Yeah.
The summer fun after the Nappins,
Yeah.
he just wanted to have everyone go to the beach and have some summer fun with a Nappin. It's a small Japanese child. I don't know if you've seen the videos online. But
I don't know what he's saying either, but that's funny. Go to the beach with a map in.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys.
All right. Anthony, you got the story of the day, you think?
Yeah, this one's good.
You know, this is something, this is one of those Chris Rock things. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also something that it's a sign of the times.
I think we all have been in this position and wanted to do exactly what this guy did.
Yeah.
But it's like the perv switch. We kind of hold back at the last second, right?
You hold back, you bite your tongue, and you just fucking, go about your business. This guy was busted for slapping a stranger's child as the child cried in a Walmart. It's a man in Georgia. He's Roger Stevens, 61 years old. He was shopping Monday morning at a Walmart in Stone Mountain when he crossed paths with Sonia Matthews and her little 2-year-old daughter, Paige. The child was crying, which apparently greatly perturbed Matthews. And I quote, he said, "If you don't shut that baby up, I will shut her up for you." Stevens warned Matthews. According to the Gwinnett County Police Department report, moments later, Stevens acted on the threat, slapping little 2-year-old Paige across the face approximately 4 or 5 times. Not even one little smack. Like whack, whack, whack.
He went to town.
Yeah.
Went to town.
Though the child started crying and screaming after being struck, Stevens told Matthews, "See, I told you I'd shut her up."
Wow.
After police were summoned, Stevens told the cop that the child was crying, and he just slapped her. And according to the report, Stevens was arrested for felony cruelty to children and booked into the Gwinnett County Detention Center, where he's going to be held without bond. Little Paige sustained slight redness to the face, but was otherwise unharmed. And his mugshot is classic.
Yeah, he looks like
he's
the type of person that would slap someone's kid.
Yeah, he's every old guy that shakes his fist on the lawn. How are you, kids? How are you? But years ago, it was pretty much acceptable to yell at and give like a whack to kids that weren't even your own, just in a store. If they were doing something they weren't supposed to do.
Fucking no. I never saw that.
Oh, fuck.
In your own house, maybe, if you had someone else's kids there.
No.
I never saw it in public.
Like
that was acceptable.
Not really for crying or anything, but let me give you this little scenario.
Okay.
You're in a store, supermarket.
What kind?
I don't know.
Whole Foods?
Let's go with Key Food or
Key Food?
Wallbaum's.
Okay.
Or if you're in California, a Vons.
A Vons, nice.
Or what about down south?
What about a Wegmans?
If you're in a Winn-Dixie.
Wegmans?
Yeah. If you're in one of those. If you're in a Bohack.
What are some of those other supermarkets?
King Cullen.
Stop and Shop. Seatown.
Seatown.
Shaw's.
Stop right.
That never gets old. That never gets old.
Goddamn.
All right, so you were in one of these supermarkets.
You're in one of these supermarkets, and a child is, but it's back in the 60s or something, and a small child is in the white section of the store, and he is a little colored child. I'm teasing, of course. If it's in the 60s, and a child is climbing up on the shelf or something, climbing up on the shelves, and the mother isn't looking. And somebody grabs the kid, pulls him down, and then gives him a whack on the ass and goes, "Don't you climb up there." And then the parent would turn around and go, "Your child was crawling up." And then the parent would come over, smack the kid again, and go, "Don't you climb up there."
That happened to you?
No. But I've seen things like that as a kid. No, it didn't. Oh. I did leave once. My mother thought I was abducted. Yeah, I was. This is my first memory as a human being, by the way. My first memory as a human being, I think I was 3 years old. And it was being in a supermarket in Flushing, Queens. I was a little tyke. And I wanted one of those little balsa wood airplanes that you put together that they would sell in the supermarket, the little rubber band propeller. And my mother finally was like, okay. So she gets it and gives it to me to hold on to until we get to the checkout. Well, I didn't want to wait. So little Anthony just moseyed away from his mom, walked out of the store, and started walking to where I thought was home.
Holy shit.
Because I wanted to play with my airplane.
That was the era of the pedo, too, man.
I don't know. No one got me.
They've calmed down that whole pedo thing for the most part. But when you were young, those vans were just circling neighborhoods,
just
waiting for someone like you.
Waiting for a little tussleable-headed kid like me.
You could have been living in a tent for 18 years.
I know. Getting ass raped or something. So, the next thing I remember is just walking down the street, and my mother and I guess the manager of the supermarket came running behind me, and my mother was all, upset. "What are you doing? You don't ever walk away from it."
And then was crying as she's hitting you?
Yeah, and then she's
so
smacking
relieved.
me, but she's, having I was wanted to play with my airplane. I'm crying, of course.
And now you're scared shitless because you saw her scared shitless?
Yeah. What?
Most kids cry because they see the expression on the adult's face. You know that, right?
Well,
a kid falls
unless you
down.
really punch him.
Well, a kid falls down. You see it all the time on a sidewalk or something. The kid gets up, looks around.
Yeah.
They always look around.
It's like,
and then they see their mom with that horrific look on their face, like, "Oh my God!" And that's when most kids start crying.
Yeah. So you just got to look at them and smile, no matter how badly they're bleeding.
If the parents had a better poker face, these kids wouldn't cry.
Poker face.
They wouldn't cry as much. And as far as this story goes, there should be a law.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a time limit where if a kid is crying in public, that kid is on the clock.
Boy.
And if the mother or the father doesn't do anything to at least try to shut the kid up, then you should have every right to shut the kid up.
I don't think the smacking worked.
Because in most cases, the parents go, "What? Yeah, it's a child. What am I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to at least try. I think that's all we want. When we're at a restaurant or we're on a flight, all we want, really, is for you to at least try. It's frustrating. It drives you nuts that a kid's crying. But what drives me even more nuts is with the parents sitting by and not doing anything because they just assume, well, this is what kids do.
It's like I hear it all day, so it doesn't bother me. It's
right.
I can tune it out.
But if you don't try to shut up your own kid, then I think we should have every right to shut your kid up for you.
Yep. Or just give it whatever the fuck it wants. Like after a while, you've passed the point. If it's crying because it wants something.
Were you on the flight?
With the candy?
The candy?
Yeah.
And the mother?
Yeah.
That was you, right?
Yeah.
We haven't told that story in a while, but we were flying, lucky enough to be in first class. It was all nice. Mother with a couple of kids, and the kid starts crying because all the kid wants is this candy that the mom actually has in her hand.
Yeah.
And she decided at that moment she needed to teach the kid a lesson at 35,000 fucking feet.
No lesson teaching.
In the middle of a 5.5-hour flight.
Yeah.
That it wasn't that she's going to teach the kid a lesson and not give him the candy.
You give
me
the
and
kid
Anthony
whatever
are
he
sitting there
wants.
like, just give him the fucking candy. Teach him the lesson when this plane lands.
Exactly. Don't fucking start teaching a kid that he can't have candy.
How long did the kid cry?
Teach him a little lesson.
And don't pump it up for the radio.
I can't remember.
At least an hour.
Yeah.
It was at least an hour.
I put the headphones on and
the kid cried himself out.
Tuned out.
And then finally it was over, but, it could have ended a lot sooner if the woman just gave the damn candy over.
Some parents are very fucking selfish and thoughtless.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't think about anyone else but them and their stupid fucking offspring.
Mm-hmm.
It's like enough already.
All right, are we ready for the Guar guy?
I think so.
Are we ready for Odorous?
Odorous?
They've been pushing Odorous on us for weeks.
Yeah.
And nothing against Odorous. I just don't know much about him.
I don't either.
I know I've seen Guar over the years. Just seen him.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone to a show or nothing, but they they kind of have something going on. And I think he's the last original member, right?
Yeah,
Odorous?
apparently so.
And I guess he knows how to talk. And he's going to be on Red Eye with you tonight. So
yes.
So you guys better get along here today.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
All right. We're gonna get ready for Odorous. Urungus? Did he bring his fake penis thing with the jizz?
That I'm not sure about. I did see him pretty much nude in Steve's office.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
What does he look like without the costume? Because he's a little scary when he's all dressed up.
I just walked by very briefly and just saw what looked like a tall man wearing like a black Speedo thing.
Getting filleted by a large man with a mustache.
And I didn't really feel like standing there and like looking in to get a good look at this pretty much nude man. So I just kept on walking.
Yeah.
Steve.
Steve, what do we know on Odorous? Is he psyched?
Yeah, he's really excited. Apparently, Odorous did Red Eye last night and apparently got into it with Adam Carolla.
Oh, he did it last night.
Yeah, he did it last night. I thought he was doing it tonight.
The bio said tonight.
He got into it with Adam?
Got into it with Carolla, who was apparently too cool for the room. I don't really...
Adam's always too cool for the fucking room. He's got to lighten up.
We'll have to ask him what that was about.
Yeah.
He really has to lighten up.
About.
And they just went at it about what?
They went at it about, I guess...
That's him without his costume?
He's just some dude.
Are you kidding me?
That's so funny.
That's Dave.
Come on.
He looks like a computer tech. That's him?
Well, his father was a computer.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're
the
right.
bio said.
I forgot.
He's 43
That's him without his costume?
billion years old.
Oh, now this is going to be easy.
Yeah. Now
he should have never let us seen him without the costume on.
Well, he's made there's videos of Dave on YouTube.
You're calling him Dave now?
Well, that's
He's just Dave.
I'm sorry, that's his name. Well, it's no big mystery. His real name is Dave Brocky, and there's videos of him making the Odorous costumes. But once he's Odorous, he's Odorous. And I said, "So Dave, you're going to break character?" He goes, "Well, they can try." I was like, all right.
Did he bring his schween?
Oh yeah, he's got it on.
Is it loaded?
I can't tell. I don't really know. It's very large and bulky, so it may be.
You mean his real dick or the mechanism?
No, the mechanism. What was it?
Would you take a shot of jizz from the fake apparatus?
I don't know. I don't really. I don't know.
A lot of people would consider it an honor.
Yeah, I know. I'm not one of those people, though.
Oh, okay. That's him.
All right.
That's so funny. Him without his makeup.
That's
on.
weird. That's Dave. God. But we're going to meet Odorous.
Looks like Laszlo a little bit in that shot.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll get Odorous in here, all right?
Rightio.
Cool. Opie and Anthony.
Hey.
Of course. You know that.
Yay.
They ran enough sweepers telling you that.
Yeah.
Walking down the hall is Odorous.
Is he going to be
Guar? I try to talk to him.
Oh, my God.
I try to talk to him as Dave because we saw him without the costume on. There's a picture that we took.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, could you just talk to me as Dave for a second? Because I've never met you. He goes, yeah. But then he never talked to me as Dave.
This is just silly. Look, this is just silly.
Why is it silly?
Dude, he's like, his big dick thing.
Odorous is walking down the hall from
Guar.
Look what's flopping, Anthony.
I see it.
His schween.
Yes.
Wow, it takes him a long time to walk with that big schween swinging from side to side.
That's what it is. The big area he is.
Odorous making his appearance on the Opie and Anthony show for the first time.
Oh, Odorous. Wow, holy shit.
This isn't Jeopardy.
No.
They told me I was going to be on Wheel of Fucking Fortune tonight.
No, this is the Opie and
Here we
Anthony
go.
show.
Wow. You're taking a load off. Wow. You guys mind if I masturbate?
No, feel free.
I don't want to blow up any equipment in here.
You can do whatever you want.
On this? Yeah. Actually, I was watching this. Look at that little bitch.
Yes, there's a little midget
that
on
little
Maury.
Fat black bitch. Look at her. Go. We were on that show.
No. Yeah.
Maury, the Springer, Jerry
You're
Springer.
on Jerry Springer.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Otis?
What took you guys so long to have me on the show?
I don't know. We were stupid.
I think the time is right. The time is right now. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why it took a while to get on this show. We don't know what that reason is. All we know is that I'm here now. Undoubtedly, I am here now. You cannot deny that.
No, you are here now. I'm really digging the abs.
Yeah, six-pack abs. I'm ripped. I'm just fucking ripped.
You must go to the gym every day.
Oh, God, I'm just like, never, actually. I don't work out. That's bad for you.
Dude, what is your schween made of? It looks like
this is made out of...
it looks like a pig or something.
It's the cuttlefish of Cthulhu.
The cuttlefish, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the cuttlefish of what?
Of Cthulhu. Yeah, that's in outer space. It's a little different. Like, a lot of people are like, hey, Oderus, how come you walk around with your dick hanging out? And I'm like, first of all, that is not a dick. And second of all, it's Mr. Oderus to you, punk. And third of all, in outer space, it is considered a crime to not walk around with your dick hanging out. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, you have to have it hanging out, or you go to jail. I often will put a shoe on the end of it and use it for a third leg.
It's very big, yeah.
It is big. This is kind of the smaller version of it. It's not fully engorged. Actually, I haven't had a hard-on in about 500,000 years. I'm still waking up, still kind of de-thawed. I'm starting to touch myself. It's starting to fucking feel pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like it. Are we on the radio now?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's great to be here. Hey, all you Gwar fans out there.
You were on Red Eye, I believe.
Yes,
last night.
I've been completely seduced by the Fox corporate entity. I am their new interplanetary correspondent, if you will.
I saw that. They actually put the graphic on the bottom.
Yeah, I saw, actually. I was looking at the website, and, on the CompuWeb, or the intraweb, whatever the hell that thing is. And anyway, there was my face right next to Bill O'Reilly's. And I was pretty excited.
Wouldn't
And
expect
then
to see
after the
that.
show, he visited me in my dressing room, and we had oral sex. And then I said, I might have just lost my job on Fox.
Hey, Oderus.
Yeah.
Why are you drinking coffee out of a straw? It takes away from your whole look.
It just...
It takes away from the whole Gwar thing, don't you think?
That's what I'm all about, though. Just disappointment. I'm just... Yes, kiddies. Yes, Oderus is drinking coffee.
Hey, Oderus, we have a guy, E-Rock, who wants to be sprayed in the face by that piglet thing.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
hanging
know.
from
It takes a little while for me to get the load going.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably... If we got an intern, maybe you can start working it.
You want to? Well,
we can maybe work in the gherkin and get a couple jerks in, or
would Evan do that for us?
Yeah. Can we get Connie Chung in here to maybe suck on it?
Connie Chung.
You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I don't know if I'm really. I just blew a huge load downstairs. Oh God! Anyway,
jerking it off.
I love how he's got the painted on.
Oh, hey.
Anyway, he's got a Metallica T-shirt on. Is that all right?
What? Yeah, they want. What? Would you suck me off?
I'll give it a shot.
Try to jerk on it here for a sec.
All
Touch it. Wow! Yeah. Hold on, I'll think about my mom. All right.
Evan is now touching Oderus'.
It's just not working. You're not doing. Get out of here. You make me sick.
You didn't like that?
What is it? He's not pleasuring me like he should, like Connie Chung would.
Well, how about E-Rock?
I'll let anyone get here and suck my dick.
This guy's a giant fan.
I'll get on.
This is Graham, our new intern, and he's stroking the piglet schween hanging from Oderus.
Alien dick.
It's not working. We need more interns in here. Come on, get over here. Goddamn, get a fire hose on it and kind of try to cut off
working the schween now.
Tickle the balls.
Oh, he's grabbing. He's grabbing the balls now.
I have shit myself. That's what we got to go now. We're starting to get something happening. Oh, just stop. It's a failure.
It ain't happening?
What is going on? I thought they laughed the velveteen touch of a dandy fop.
Hey, E-Rock, why don't you give it a try?
How many people can...
No, E-Rock will...
I'm not good at this.
Just maybe kick it.
Yeah,
give it a kick.
Kick it.
Kick it. Go ahead.
Oh, shit, E-Rock. Jesus, E-Rock, you're a little angry, aren't you?
Guys, I mean, come on. Can we talk about something else except my fucking cock?
Yeah, if it wasn't so, right out there.
Well, look, I'll tell...
All right, he's hiding his cock.
How long have you been with Guar?
I am the original, the prototypical, the one who has been there. I mean, we are actually been together as a rock group band for over 25 million years. But you see, we only were de-thawed recently. I don't know if you're up with your Guar lore, but we were trapped in Antarctica in the frozen ice, so the story goes. Sleazy P. Martini, our manager, was on the run from the IRS. He was shot down over Antarctica. Wow. He stumbled into our tomb at the precise moment that the ozone had burned a hole through the ozone layer because all those poofy hairspray bands like Britney Fox were using too much of that stuff on their big poofy rock and roll wigs, and also Bret Michaels is bald. I was so glad when he got hit with that piece of scenery. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, and then we woke up and Sleazy was like, what a great band. What's the name of your band? And I looked back at him and I said, and he's like, that's not going to fit on a T-shirt. I was like, can we go with Guar?
Yeah.
And it's been 25 years of rock and roll. I was trying to think of the right word for it that wouldn't be too self-insulting. Devastation, mayhem, chaos, carnage. These are all things that apply to Guar.
I was just asking that because I was wondering if ever there was a time where you could actually trace your abs when you did that.
No, absolutely not. I'm completely out of shape. It's against my religion to exercise.
What happened with Adam Carolla
last night?
Well, I mean, I was just funnier than he was, and I don't think he liked it.
Was he being
I really
an
don't.
asshole?
I mean, he came on the show. The first thing he did to get me, mad at him. Not mad so much because, being an intergalactic celebrity, I've seen all this stuff before. I've partied with the Pope. I've licked OJ's poop chute. I've done coke all over the place. But, Adam Carolla, I actually had a little bit of respect for him because of the Man Show. I thought, that was pretty good with the chicks with the tits jumping up and down on the trampoline.
Sure.
So what does he do? He comes in there. The first thing he says is, I'm more of a Slipknot fan. It's like, dude, Slipknot, yeah, they got a great drummer, they're an awesome band, but it's just a bunch of dudes dressed up in monster costumes. Like Lordy or, whatever. It's like, with Guar, you're getting the real thing.
Right.
Something. So I don't know what it is, but it's real.
That pissed you off?
Well, it didn't really piss me off, but, I was kind of, I just said something about, they were talking about the U.S. Open, and I decided to go for it. I made a comment about couldn't get past the fuzzy balls. And, and right then he's like, this dude is funnier than I am. He accepted it, and then he started talking about other stuff, and, they had him in Hollywood. At one point during the conversation, when I figured out the screen on the wall was actually a screen on the wall, I actually thought he was in a little box for a while, but then he was like, I was trying to establish rapport with him, and he just did this. He was sitting in front of a picture of the Hollywood sign, and he just did this. I'm from Hollywood or something.
Hey, look where I am.
It's like, ooh, I'm from Antarctica, okay, Adam. I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. We didn't really. It's not like we, got into it with switchblades in the alley. But
no, Steve was always,
I was just, I was just funnier than you, Adam. I was funnier than you. Yeah. And when I made the comment about Blanche having a stroke, everybody lost it in there.
Now, what's your political views? I hear you.
Politicians crucified. We will draw up the contracts of laws for the new world on their skinned butt flesh. Yeah, the only reason we have politicians in outer space is so we can crucify them.
Oh, interesting concept.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty useless, aren't they? I mean, it's pretty funny, too.
You're a little more left or right leaning?
A lot of people try to get me like, Oderus, what's your political view? Are you left wing? Are you right wing? Do you even have a wing? Is it a chicken wing? I would have to say, as much as I'm a liberal and a progressive and a creative thinker, the right wing embraces concepts I'm more familiar with, like war and disease. They didn't do anything for AIDS, really. They started 2 wars that are just going nowhere. I guess we're running out of Iraq right now. We're trying to fight these guys in... have you seen, the way the spiders look over there? They're huge. Those things that live on the camel scrotums.
Yeah.
I mean, how are we going to beat these people? These things are, they live in the Taliban's genitals or something like that. It's like, there's no way we're going to win. But anyway, yeah, politicians, they suck. I mean, just elect Odorous. Actually, my manager, Sleazy P. Martini, he is quite the international political figure. He's kind of the man behind the scenes, pulling the strings and controlling the porno and the crack industries, which is good for me, because I love porno and crack. And I love the hell out of them, really.
What do you do when you're not performing?
Oh, lay around in a drug-induced stupor, pretty much. Yeah, I drink a lot. A lot. You have to drink a lot to be in this band.
Yeah, apparently. Well, I just mean like, you know, when you're not in the band, you're
I golf.
Mellow. You golf?
I golf. Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of people are like, Odorous golfs, you know, but I do use Fuzzy Zeller's decapitated head as a ball. So, how did he manage to save his career anyway? After he made that horrible remark about Tiger
chicken,
planning a buffet with chicken and watermelon and whatever else those people eat. How come he got away with that, but Jimmy the Greek got busted for saying, look at that monkey run? I mean, come on. There's a double standard here. How come Michael Richards gets to come back and do the new Seinfeld when he said that stuff about sticking a fork up that dude's butt? I mean, what, you know, come on.
Yeah, but you know, in the Seinfeld context, I guess it's fine.
Well, I think it kind of adds more to Kramer's character to find out that he's a racist and a homophobe. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm kooky, I'm wacky, I hate gay people.
Odorous from Guar in
He's
studio
dripping
today.
coffee on his coddle fish.
I was freaking up at like 5 a.m, still like babbling insanely after my triumphant Red Eye appearance, and like I've been going nonstop ever since. Yeah, this coffee's pretty good.
Hey, did you look in the mirror and just laugh your ass off when you first put that on?
Well, you know, I look in the mirror and I see perfection. I see everything that I want to be, and then I paint my six-pack abs on. Girls have actually thought that was real before, so I tried to paint a bigger penis on me, but no real need for that.
Well, that's good. You never tripped over those balls, did you?
Oh, no, many times.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah, these are the brain balls.
Yeah, there's a lot going on down there. There's brains.
People have accused me of thinking with my penis.
So you got the brains
on occasion.
Right,
and so
the balls.
Yeah, see, it's like I had to have my brain removed from my skull because it was too obvious a target. Even though I had skull surgery to remove a tiny piece of brain that was still stuck up there. It's like basically, I figure if they can't get at my brain, then they can't kill me. Not that it's a really important organ anyway, but I decided I would get them closer to my penis and just kind of keep the operation going a little bit better. Yeah, in outer space, a lot of people actually have their faces right here so they can eat their own shit. I'm serious.
Let it be known he just pointed to his
taint
ball.
Is a face is a taint in outer space. I do miss outer space.
Hey, what do you think of what's going on in music these days?
Well, it's crap, isn't it? I mean, I'm so sick of hearing these bands, especially in metal circles, that are just rehashed, Slayer riffs, basically. I mean, I think when Dime, bless his heart, when that idiot in Columbus blew his head off, that was a really sad day. I think that day, I think I saw just how screwed up and fucked up the music industry really is, because the very next day, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, was having a big induction ceremony. And if they had any respect or they knew anything about modern music, they would have canceled the goddamn thing and shown Dime the respect and love that he deserved. He was one of the most influential, awesome guitar players since freaking Jimi Hendrix. But when he died, it just really seemed to cause an incredible rash of uncreativity and just really shitty, bad, overly compressed. I mean, bands like Nickelback. I mean, I know there's always been a lot of crappy music out there, but it's just like more so than ever. But one thing I can say about all the shit music out there is that it certainly makes us look better. That's for sure. And another thing I can't stand are these self-appointed divas. These useless, my dad works for the studio, surgically augmented, fake-tittied, no-talent bitches who, put out one song with them caterwauling about how much their fucking pussy hurts. And next thing you know, they've got this big, I'm a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva my ass. I would like nothing better than to see a wild pig chowing down on Christine Aguilera's diseased twat. That's what I think about music. It sucks. There are some good bands out there, and we will be going out with Lamb of God, Job for a Cowboy, and Red Court on a gigantic tour coming up this fall to pump our new album, Lost in Space, which is undoubtedly the greatest Gwar album that we have made since the last Gwar album that we made.
Of course. Now, what happened to the rest of the guys in the band? Well, like, why are you the last remaining?
I get, basically, they kind of freeze up like a deer in the headlights when they get on TV and stuff. They're still a little bit enamored of show business, and I'm just, you might have noticed, but I have this thing called diarrhea of the mouth, and actually diarrhea will start coming out of my mouth soon. That's why I have toilet paper installed behind my teeth, so it's like kind of shitting and wiping at the same time. Hopefully that won't happen today.
But what happened to the other guys, like the original members?
Oh! They die. They die, or they have drug overdoses. They're torn apart by dinosaurs, or even like in the case of Joey Slutman, one of our original singers, they go insane.
Yeah,
and run off down the street, hurling pieces of armor over their shoulder, only to be run over by a bus. Basically, now that we've solidified Odorous, Beefcake, Ballsack, Flatus, and Jizmac, and of course the slaves of Gwar, combining to make a entertainment juggernaut of Goliath proportion. And, we're here to get rid of all the crap, play some fucking heavy metal, chop off some world leaders' heads, core out Lindsay Lohan's diseased twat. And, that's what that's how we roll.
That's what you do.
That's what we do.
Yeah. You, That looks very inconvenient to be on stage with.
Oh no! This is not a fashion statement. This is protection. Like I do shows, and the next thing I know, Sawborg Destructo is descended from the heavens, flown in through the roof, and is trying to saw my scrotum off.
Right? Yes.
Rod Stewart never had to deal with that kind of stuff.
No, he didn't.
Granted, he might have had to deal with having 12 gallons of semen pumped out of his stomach.
Yes, we did hear that.
That might have been my semen, actually. But, he never had, like, Gorgor chewing on his head. That's a lot of people are like, oh, Gwar, it's just a big act. All you do is play these stupid fucking songs and dress up like monsters from outer space. I'm like, yeah, and? But I will put my band up against any of them. I defy Kerry King from Slayer to play a ripping solo while there is a dinosaur chewing on his penis.
Yeah, it's kind of, it would be kind of rough.
It is. So I dress like this to protect myself from my various enemies, but you will notice, yes, my dick is hanging out. It's against the law on my home world to ever cover my phallus.
Well, why would you want to?
I know. It's got to breathe. Yeah. I've got to, like, slough off the old skin. It's kind of like a rattlesnake, Yeah,
it's quite disgusting. What about your audience over the years? Any changes there?
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. Gwar started pretty much the first couple of years of Gwar. We were still thawing out. The music was fairly primitive. So we got our start in the punk rock scene. Now, as we finally came to room temperature, we got a little more dexterous with our fingers, and we started playing more heavy metal. We moved into the heavy metal kind of zone, but we took all our fans with us from the punk rock zone. Well, now what you've got, after 25 years of this never-ending plateau, that is my career, we have got whole generations of Gwar fans coming in. Like, for instance, last year, it was Gwar Dude, his child, and his mother, all wearing Gwar suits covered in blood, begging for me to blow a filthy disease load of odorous semen right in their faces. The old lady was loving it. So our demographic is slowly spreading, very, very slowly. Like most bands, they'll come out, they'll do okay, they'll put out a couple of hit records, and they'll slowly decline until finally they're playing the state fair. With Gwar, it's been like a never-ending, slightly inclined plateau. Every year it gets a little bit bigger. Now that I'm on your show, I can only think that, like, it's right around the corner, whatever that is, but for Gwar to finally bust out and do everything that we know Gwar can do. I mean, it doesn't matter if we get fat or old.
Right.
I'll just paint another six-pack abs. I might even have eight-pack abs.
You can paint as many abs as you want on that.
I could, yeah. And I really can't even paint.
So it's family entertainment now, is what you're saying?
Yes. It's 25 years of good family entertainment, as long as your family are a bunch of pig fucking sodomites.
That has to get really hot.
No. I mean, when I was born, I was dipped into a pool of lava. So it's just it doesn't really bug me.
That's easy.
He's got an answer for everything.
And the shoulder, I'm trying to see what they are.
They're like skulls or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
I hear he's a big U2 fan.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, Odorous, why are you such a fag? And I'm like, I don't know. Actually, it's a funny story. U2 actually invited me to a show one time. They'd seen a copy of Phallus in Wonderland on a movie. We actually got nominated for a Grammy. That was hilarious. But we got nominated for this fucking Grammy, and YouTube wanted to use one of the characters from the show, from the movie, in their big zoo tour.
Right.
So we went up to D.C., we saw the show, and then they put me in this room to meet with Bono. And while I was in the room, all I did was rag on Bono and how fat he looked because he was cramming his face with tartar sauce-filled donuts the whole show. Then I looked up and saw the security camera and realized that probably Bono was in the room right next to me going, that fucking wanker, as he just crammed tartar sauce-filled donuts into his big, fat, corpulent, child-molesting Irish fuckface.
Can you sing a U2 song for us?
Very angry.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a little song. Give us some U2.
In a little while, surely you'll be mine. In a little while, you'll be there. That's what he sang to Joey on his deathbed. In a little while, if you hadn't snorted all that Carbona spot remover, maybe your brain would still be there. I'm so fucking rich. I get pretty annoyed at that band, actually. Maybe I don't like him that much.
He does tend to do a lot of good for the world,
and I hate
Africa
that. It's like,
and AIDS, and
we don't want to stop AIDS. There's too many people out there anyway. I mean, I believe people are like, Odorous, where do you weigh in on healthcare? I'm like, let the sick die.
Cull the herd.
Yeah, cull the freaking herd here. Come on.
Yeah.
Execution for parking tickets. This is my idea.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Are you an Obama fan?
I don't know. I guess he's kind of funny. One thing I have noticed about him is that he's black.
Wow.
And that is a big change from the way things usually go. And I tell you, it's funny. Like, everyone in America is like, oh, wow, we got a black president. I'm like, you fucking dolts. The whole rest of the world has had black presidents, female presidents, Ecuadorian. I believe the president of Ecuador is a black Ecuadorian woman or something like that. It's like,
but it's
not exactly a groundbreaking decision, but, I must say, everyone's starting to rag on Obama right now, and he's starting to look positively harried. I just want everyone to remember Bill Clinton's first year when he was doing that whole gays in the military thing.
Yeah.
He's off to a shaky start. But give him a break. We absolutely, it's just like so funny to me the way the conservatives are just piling on. They're like, as soon as he does anything, they're like, oh, he's fucking up. Oh, everybody hates him. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, no. We need to get Rush Limbaugh in here immediately. Rush, get your face out of that tray of OxyContin.
We're talking to a monster.
We really are.
It's very frightening.
Ant's a big fan of Obama.
Oh, those
that's.
Oh, yeah.
No, he likes the Obama.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I don't mind him. I mean,
fantastic.
I've never met him. So, I don't know. I don't think he wants to meet me.
I love it because his hand is always in my fucking pocket.
Yeah, did you see him kill that fly?
Yeah.
That was pretty,
You liked that?
I liked that.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in swatting flies, but I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was a good start.
Good start. Now we need you to kill something else. Barack.
What are those worms coming out of your face?
Yes, they're worms. And I'll tell you one thing about my worms, they're high.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're high. I'm really, I'm not on drugs, right now. But yeah, from when I was before, they are. And if you wanted to catch a little buzz here, we could throw one in the bong.
Wow, they would light up and
not really very well.
Buzz,
I was thinking it'd be more like we could just drink the bong water.
That's kind of handy to have. And you're very masculine looking. Aside from the fishnet stockings that you're wearing, what is that?
That's just a peek into my artistic soul. I mean, I'm not afraid to dress up like a woman.
Show your feminine side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to tell people that I have a vagina instead of a butthole, and I crap out of it.
Out of the back, you have a vagina.
I got a vagina butthole. Yeah, it kind of does double duty, if you will. Double duty. Get it?
Yeah.
I heard a great joke the other day. You might have heard this one. Two guys are walking down the street. Pigeon shits on this dude. He says to his friend, "Hey, give me a piece of toilet paper." His friend says, "Why? It's already a half a mile away."
He's a monster, but he's telling jokes.
Yeah.
I'm a funny monster. Yeah. They seem to like me over at Fox. Everyone was coming in last night and sucking on my cock. Oh, Otis, we love you.
What were they talking about last night that you got?
I couldn't really tell because my dick was so buried in their mouths. But no, Greg and I are great buddies. Greg Gutfeld, the host of Red Eye. He used to be a Maxim editor. He used to do stuff. He's got a really hot wife from Russia, and he is a huge Gwar fan. That he's the guy that got Gwar on Fox, and I think it's really, really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm doing Red Eye tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're great. They're great people over there.
They're a pisser, man. They are a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun. It's like, it's funny because, Gwar is such a proven commodity. We have so many fans. We've always been the very cutting edge of the underground metal scene. And, but we really have never gotten to that super big level that we deserve to be. I mean, I want to see Gwar movies. I want to see Gwar video games. I want to see Gwar really get everything that we deserve, and for our fans especially. And things like Red Eye really help. And things like being on this show, of course, guys, is a big help for Gwar. It's very awesome that we're here today.
Maybe Gwar endorsing things like Campbell's Soup and stuff like that. You could be on like a soup commercial.
Actually, I've just signed a contract with the Defense Department, and I am endorsing a new cluster bomb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that we're gonna. It's a really good one. It's designed to kill children. Basically, what happens is like when you drop it, it scatters presents everywhere, and they explode.
Hey, what do you think of Michael Jackson? They're burying him today.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
The whole thing's a tragedy,
yeah. But I can tell everyone, it would be a tragedy if Michael Jackson was indeed dead. But I have inside information that he staged his own death and is at this moment in Antarctica with the rest of Gwar, getting ready to make a triumphant return to the stage this fall on the Gwar tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I would go to every Gwar show then.
Yeah. You better.
Because
we're going to be moonwalking, and we're going to be shooting drugs into our neck. We're going to find out if that nose is real, and if there's a hole there, I'm going to stick my dick in it, or at least the very front part of it.
Yeah, the cuttlefish.
The cuttlefish with my deadly slit slut. I just came up with that slit slut.
Will that thing shoot jizz today or what?
No, it's not. I'm sorry,
no
guys.
Jizz today?
He doesn't have any jizz.
I have to start masturbating at least a week in advance in order to get my nut. I could run it downstairs and maybe have a bus run over it a few times.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't you have any fat, ugly Korean women around here? That might work. With back pimples and knee hair.
You just scared that woman.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, women are afraid of me. They can't handle my girth and my fake six-pack.
She ran away.
Fake six-pack.
We love the fake six.
Is there a woman in your life?
Yeah. Well, Oderus is a confirmed bachelor.
Oh.
But that doesn't mean there's not a woman in my life. There are all kinds of women. I like to think of it more like Oderus is more like in their lives. Like my dick is in their butt, kind of.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I've got some girlfriends, this and that, and most of them, actually, my current girlfriend is a dead dog.
Well, that's handy, actually.
Yeah, Pookie the Wonder Dog, that's the first song on. We were hanging out with Phil from Pantera, and someone asked him about Gwar, and he's like, man, Gwar, man, they suck, man. Man, they got a song called I'm in Love with a Dead Dog. Man. What's a great name for a song?
A lot of jealousy out there.
Yeah, a lot of between Adam Carolla and Phil and who else? I don't know. That bitch who got her teeth knocked out and her fingertips chopped off.
The model?
Yeah, she had a nice wreck. I think they identified her by her implants.
They did, by the serial number on her implant. That's how they identified her for real.
Are you shitting me?
Nope, that came out yesterday.
Wow.
He is right.
That's something.
She was kind of weird looking. She had that kind of like hot look, but like kind of inbred at the same time,
Yeah, not wrong with that, though.
No, I'm supporting inbreeding, definitely.
Yeah. You, I was looking at a picture of, somebody who, I guess says they're you, That's some guy named Dave.
Oh, yeah, that guy's so annoying.
He really doesn't look like somebody that would...
He's an asshole. He goes around everywhere telling people that he's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I could ever get in the same room as that motherfucker, I'd choke the life out of him. Brocky, you better watch out. Odorous is after you.
See, that just looks like a normal dude.
It looks like what a queer. What has he got, a thing of baked beans with him?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's on the computer with his laptop.
Yeah, I'm looking at a guy. It just looks like a normal dude you'd hang out with, have a few beers.
He looks gay to me. He doesn't look normal at all.
But that's you.
No, it's not. I don't believe you.
I don't believe
Hi,
you.
honey. Hot chicks are here.
Oh, look, they're walking right by, not even really looking.
Yeah, they don't want to. If they look, they'll be hooked. One look, you're hooked. My dick is up your butt. So what?
I guess a lot of guys coming to the shows mostly.
Yeah, it's a lot of gay men love Gwar
Gay men.
because of my long-standing tradition of actually orally servicing my fans after the show.
That's nice.
A lot of bands won't give their fans suck jobs, but you know that's always been a thing that Gwar did for people, and I want everyone out there to know that if you want to come back after the show, stand out by the trash dumpster in a puddle of puke and get your dick sucked by Odorous Urungus. I don't care if it's covered in scabs and herpes. I don't even care if you come or not. I just want your dick in my mouth. That's a lot of cocks, too. A lot.
Yeah. The audience likes getting involved in the shows, too.
And this is a big thing for
Getting eaten by
Gwar.
the monster is like fucking,
Oh, yeah, we're nothing without our fans. And there's something about Gwar that kind of makes everybody equal. Like, when you're spraying your pus and your phlegm and your catarrh and your bile, and your blood.
Blood, yes.
Like, after the first song, everybody is like bright red. So it kind of like is a way of breaking down society's barriers. That's the way I like to look at it.
You know something? I never would have looked at that.
But it's true. It really levels the playing field when everyone is covered with syphilitic semen.
Yeah, it's syphilitic. It certainly does.
Are we hitting it off?
Yeah,
I think we're doing all right there.
Awesome.
I think you're all right, man.
I understand you had my buddy Al Jurgensen up here one time.
That fucking guy could tell a story.
Oh, I got a good Al Jurgensen story. First time we met Al, he was working for us on Scumdogs of the Universe. And, Gwar was sitting there in the studio, all of a sudden heard this motorcycle. And all of a sudden the door to the control room smashed open. Al drove his motorcycle into the control room, wrecked it into the wall, got off the fucking thing, went over to the console, laid out a mirror, spelt the word Fugazi in cocaine, and then snorted the entire thing. He didn't even leave me an eye. Then he went on to work for 3 days straight, mixing one song, after which he passed out underneath the console. Now that is a professional.
That's rock.
Didn't he fucking ostrich? That was the story he told us on our show,
something
right?
like fucking an ostrich, yeah.
Yeah, they broke into the zoo in Amsterdam, and one of his dudes fucked an ostrich.
Yeah.
Love that. But see, the thing is, what they didn't understand is that in Amsterdam, there's no need to break into the zoo to fuck an ostrich.
No, you could probably do it right there on the street.
I mean, there's a whole street dedicated to it.
We got a lot of Gwar fans on the phones, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get headphones on that ridiculous.
Well, you could just, they blow
head
up.
of yours. But we got Josh from Virginia. He wants to know why you guys, Gwar, were banned in Richmond, Virginia.
Well, what happened was it was something to do with my dick hanging out. And this is what happens over and over again. People don't buy, the police will not buy the defense that it's a fish. That's what we stuck with for many. My lawyer actually said, just say it's a fish. And that worked for a while. I was arrested in North Carolina for the dissemination of obscenity back in the 90s. And we actually had to go to trial for this thing. And I shit you not, the judge's name, this has nothing to do with the question, but it's just funny. The judge's name was Richard Boner. Yeah, and and I'm not kidding, on the docket behind me that day in court was a gang of criminal circus midgets. So my dick has brought me a lot of places. We were not really banned in Richmond. What happened was everyone was just terrified to do a show because what typically happens is the ABC is always trying to shut down clubs and for some ridiculous reason. I mean, they're supposed to be the alcoholic beverage thing. They're supposed to help people get drunk.
Right.
But anyway, so they basically used GWAR as an excuse to shut down some clubs that they wanted to shut down. So for about 3 or 4 years, we didn't get to play in Richmond, but it wasn't much of a ban. We just started, after a while, we were just like, maybe we should just start playing and see what happens. And, nobody arrested us, so we're good again. We got actually banned from Canada for like 9 years, and the way they did that is they lied to us about where it was, and we just couldn't find the fucking place. And that's pretty bad. I mean, Canada's pretty big.
Yeah.
Let's go to Footer. And Footer's on the phone. He's a regular to the show. And Footer, you might be able to hear through the headphones over there.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Footer?
Real quick, I went to a GWAR show. It was a fucking while ago, probably 8 years ago. And one of the chicks that you used to feed to your fucking monster, I ended up fucking banging her and her girlfriend for like the entire weekend afterwards. So thanks to GWAR and their disgusting show, bang, a threesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great.
We had a thing, it's called the World Maggot. This giant worm that lives under the drums, and we would sacrifice women to it, and the sexecutioner would help them through there. But it was really funny. He was such a pervert. He would like get inside of it, and as the girls were like being passed to the back of the stage, he would basically like molest them underneath the drum roster. We would see these chicks come staggering out, cum glazed and dizzy.
They'd have to crawl through this maggot.
Yeah, and there was like a dude inside there waiting for him with his dick hanging out, saying basically, "You're never gonna get out of here unless you blow me."
That's perfect.
Oh yeah, it worked pretty good.
Fucking A.
We're pretty good. That's just like going to a U2 show.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man.
I could actually hear him. I think.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Odorous. What's your price for flight?
He's singing 80s music.
Odorous. Anyway, just while everyone is laughing, I just want to take this opportunity to plug GWAR's new album, Lust in Space. We debuted on the top 100 for the first time, debuting at 96. We won't stop until we get all the way to 94.
Hey, we can play a song off the new GWAR album. What do you want to hear? Let Us Slay?
Yeah! We just did a video for this.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I'm pretty sure that I'm in it.
I should hope so.
All right. Should we say goodbye to Odorous?
Yeah, get rid of me. I'm not done with this shit.
Well, we're going to play the song, though.
Yeah, we're playing the song.
Fine. It's your guys' show. I'll stay all day.
I think this was a perfect first appearance.
Yeah.
And I want you to leave with them wanting more there.
Do you think that maybe I could come back one day?
How long have you been trying to get on our show? I know we've said no probably a dozen.
Months, years, maybe. I don't know. But all I can say is, you guys let us on, unlike some people named Howard Stern.
Well, he misses out there.
I know. Yeah. I mean, am I not erudite? Sensual.
Yes.
My voice has almost a caramello quality.
Yes.
You also sound
very good.
He sounds like Ozone from the old days, and he also sounds like Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I can go with the Jewish thing. I can talk like an old dandified fop. And I can also rock the New York shit. I'm basically completely schizophrenic. I'll be whatever you want, except sober.
Yeah. So I would try to
get drunk on my coffee, I say, yeah. All right, Let Us Slay. It's the latest song from GWAR's new album. What is it? Lust in Space?
Lust in Space is out now on Metal Blade Records.
Want to thank Odorous for stopping by today.
Hey, it's been great, guys. I look forward to my next appearance.
Wow, you don't know when an out is an out, huh? Jesus. What were you going to say, Odorous?
I don't know. I really appreciate you guys having us on the show. You made a lot of GWAR fans very happy today, and hopefully be seeing you guys in the future. Come see us on the tour. We're playing here at Irving Plaza. I would love for you to be our guest and return some of this wonderful hospitality you've shown us today.
If I could hang out in the maggot.
You could come hang out by the maggot and get raped by an old man.
You keep saying thanks for having us, but you're the only one in the studio.
I'm
a little confused by that.
I'm completely multiple personality.
He's probably in contact with the rest of the guys. That kind
of yes, they're big fans. They're very jealous that they're not here right now. But I always speak in the collective that is the mighty GWAR.
All right, you want to set up this song?
Let us slay.
Give it the big intro, the big over the top.
Let Us Slay is a song all about the human's desire to embrace war as a natural means of population control. It addresses the basic hypocrisy of existence. The 10 Commandments say thou shalt not kill, yet George Bush will fry 20 people this week, even though he's not the president anymore. Anyway, it's basically saying war is great. Let us slay.
He didn't do that as president.
He killed all kinds of people, didn't he?
Yeah, well, okay. I was thinking the death penalty. You're
People
right. You're
aren't,
right.
you know,
You're
if they're worried about the death penalty here, they should try Saudi Arabia. They behead you and publicly crucify you.
Yeah.
But you have to be Nigerian.
Here's Let Us Slay from Lust in Space, Guar. Odorous, a pleasure, man.
Thank you, guys. Don't
Christ. We have no need for your crippled Christ, and we never lack for your advice. We don't have to hide our genocide. They'll fear us more when they know that we don't lie. It's gone beyond hatred this time. You love death, you're calling a crime. I choose the dagger to deep in your guts. I'm running until at this time.
Live read for Guinness.
Oh, yes.
Instant feedback. They're all checking out your tweet.
Yes, I just tweeted.
Odorous has just left the studio from Guar, and I think he had a fine first appearance. I liked it a lot.
Yes, very
Lust in
funny
Space
monster.
in stores now. But he got up off the chair, and, his sweaty ass pretty much destroyed one of the Opie and Anthony chairs in studio.
We didn't notice that because he was sitting down in his fishnet stockings. When he got up to leave and turned around, you just saw his ass. His ass is bare. It's just a bare ass. And it was sweating profusely because that chair now has odorous sweat ass stains.
Ass sweat.
ass sweat.
He doesn't look as manly when he's walking away from you.
No.
Like,
Not as frightening monster like.
No.
We should have somebody sniff the sweaty chair.
Well, where's E-Rock?
Where's E-Rock?
E-Rock hasn't done shit for us lately.
Oh, E-Rock!
E-Rock!
E-Rock! E-Rock, sniff Odorous' chair. Tell us what the sweaty, odorous chair smells like. Now look at the imprint and see right where the bung would have been.
Yeah, pick
right
a good spot on the chair,
right
will
where
you?
his coolie hole would be.
Okay.
And give it a good sniff.
Just smells like
Not bad.
damp.
Not bad. Wow, how about that? Odorous isn't very odorous.
No, not really.
He's
It's like a potpourri to you, huh?
Yeah.
No, but it's all wet. I just put my hand here on the back.
the
and
back of the chair.
The chair is soaked.
I was saying, like, wear that fucking costume, dude. Come on, under the lights of a stage, he must be sweating like a pig.
Yeah, I think so.
How does he not have abs?
You like the Odorous interview there, E-Rock?
Yeah, I'm not really a Guar fan, but he was very entertaining.
Yeah.
I know a few Guar fans.
The Guar fans are like, about time, fuckers.
All right,
What
relax.
do you want from us?
Bastards.
We didn't know he could do good radio. Is this the guy that was just in the suit? Is that him? Open the door.
Who's
Open
that?
the door. I want to get him on the air. This is definitely the guy, but he will not play it that way. Get him in
Hey, who's
studio.
this?
Get him in studio for a second. Is that him?
Hey, who's this guy? Hey, who are you, man? What's up?
Guys, did you see that Odorous dude in here?
Yeah.
That dude is fucked up. I barely got out of here. I barely managed to sneak in. He's leaving now. I think I'm safe.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Wait, so you're not the guy?
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, I'm just regular old Dave Brocky. I've been a Slave Pit artist. Slave Pit is the production company that has that came up with Guar and has supported it and loved it and nurtured it and cherished it for 25 years now. And this is the 25th year. Our freaking business has been scratching an existence out of a hostile world, but.
Well, you've been working with Guar for 25 years.
Yeah.
And Odorous, right?
As Odorous, yes.
I would imagine at this point you know how to impersonate
Yeah,
him.
we were looking at your sweaty
That is
chair.
really gross.
That got twittered, by the way.
And I just sit right back down. And yeah, on Red Eye, apparently I left a really bad stain on the chair. And then, like, the guests behind me came on. They're like, your thongs, like, left this stain on there. And this chick, like, sat on it and just, like, immediately ruined her dress or something.
Probably impregnated her, too.
We've always managed to get ourselves in a lot of trouble. I remember one of the first times I came up to New York, because we come from Richmond, Virginia. It's a really small, kind of backwards little southern town. Roadrunner Records flew me up here, and we all were, we were going to go talk to Roadrunner about getting this thing. So we decided we would wear our costumes to the meeting to really impress them. So we put the costumes on. We put blood all over us. We came in through the lobby, and everyone was like, "Oh my God!" We walked upstairs to Roadrunner, and then sat down on a brand new office suite of white leather couches and destroyed them. And then the meeting was just over. And we couldn't understand. We're like, what happened?
Just because you ruined their fucking couch?
Just because we ruined their couches, yeah. Also, we wouldn't sign a 7-record deal. I think that had something to do with it as well.
Where you get nothing until the 8th record.
We hung in there really well. Like when we came out with Guar, we didn't want to sign a big long contract because we just saw, it happening over and over again. Bands would sign 5 to 7 record deals, and after 2 records, the labels would give up on these bands, but they would all
still under contract.
They would shelve them, and we're just like, we're not going to do that. So the first 2 records we did were one-offs, and we had a lot of really interesting experience. Like we went to this company called Master from England, and they gave us a lot of money for 1 record, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared. Like their office was empty, and they weren't picking up the phone. We're like, what's going on? Then all these distributors started calling us from all over the world, like, hey, where's that next Guar album? And basically what they've done is they've sold Guar, they licensed 2 records, got all the advances, gave us part of it, took the rest, and buggered off to New Zealand.
Wow. Yes, scumbags.
That learned us pretty quick. But after
getting fucked in the music business, that's a surprise, right, Ed?
Yeah, that never happened.
That never happens to bands.
Yeah, luckily we've been on, Metal Blade is a lot like Guar in that they're survivors. They've been around forever. They've always put out good music. Brian Slagle and Mike Faley and the whole crew over there. We actually We've been with Metal Blade for a long time. Then for some stupid reason, we went with this other label for a little while just because they like had some, they were going to like actually like the royalty rate was really good. We're like, okay, it's not a huge advance, but we're like getting 40% royalties. So let's do this thing. First album again was great. Then it was like, you're calling the thing up. It's like, this number has been disconnected. They had this huge office here in Manhattan, that like within a week, like within a couple months, it went from like 12 employees to 4 employees to 1 employee doing it out of his apartment. And so it's just like, yeah,
Can't
it's just
afford it,
rife. It's completely rife with scumbags, and it's overly difficult. It really is. The arts and music are so undersupported in this country. It's kind of a good thing in a way because the cream does rise to the top. You have to be good. You have to be dedicated if you want to get anywhere with it. But it does put a stifle on a lot of creativity. But then again, you don't want it to be like Europe, where everyone is getting money from the government, and they've got this kind of like government-funded, pompous attitude. Oh, I hate the government. You know, it's just like, I hate America, and that's why I'm wearing Levi's and Nikes and watching the Tarantino movie, you know?
God damn, it's
I talk just as much as Odorous does, I don't.
It's great to hear the whole business end of it, though.
It's a fascinating thing. I've been
with the same voice. You know?
I've been like doing it for so long now that and it's always been so real. I mean, I know that sounds kind of weird, but like the artists and the musicians that do GWAR really do it because they love it and because we really feel like we're fulfilling a need that society has to have, you know? And I've been waiting for somebody to do a more outrageous show than us, but nobody has.
Yeah, no one's really come to the table with that one.
It's all about the comedy with GWAR, you know? We're not trying, obviously, not taking ourselves too seriously. And, you know, and people will make that mistake, you know, like serious metalheads. Oh, yeah, they're not really from outer space. I've had people ask me, honestly, like, hey, Odorous, what's the scene like in Antarctica?
Yeah, what?
And I'll be like, oh, it's pretty bleak. Yeah, just some like Norwegian scientists and some penguins, you know. Pretty bleak.
How did you know you'd be able to breathe here? All right, scurry off.
So we've been like, you know, GWAR's been like I say, the never-ending plateau. It's like we've always been at the cutting edge of performance rock or whatever you want to call what it is that we do. In fact, you really can't label it. It's just GWAR. And but I really do feel GWAR is a band that can last for hundreds of years. I mean, we will breed replacements for ourselves, and we'll just keep, you know, GWAR has a lot more to do with Beatlemania than they do with Black Sabbath. We're a franchise. We're an idea. We're not a bunch of boring poser dudes who can't take off their rock and roll persona. When I'm done with my character, I throw my bloody suit in a costume box, and you know, and I'm Dave again.
Yeah.
And that has kept us very real and grounded and close to our fans.
Now, Dave, we talk about that all the time, franchising these bands. Now, you get a little older, you find the next Odorous.
Pass on your
That's what I'm saying. You sit home and take a nice cut and let those guys do all the heavy lifting.
Oh, I look forward to that day. Let me tell you, I do.
I mean, but there's bands out there doing pretty much just that. They're running out of all their members, but the band continues on.
Yeah, you know, that happens all the freaking time. And with GWAR, we're particularly made to take advantage of that. And I've always just thought GWAR would just be like a relentless assault. It doesn't matter if you haven't done a GWAR movie or a GWAR video game or even gotten to Japan yet. You're gonna one day, because it's just...
Wait, you guys haven't played Japan?
No, we've never been to Japan. We've actually had things... You know, the biggest problem with getting to Japan is it's just really expensive. We have to fill a shipping container full of, you know, a rubber dinosaur and all this crap, you know? It's not like I can just go pick up an Odorous costume in downtown Tokyo. You could probably get pretty close to it, but...
samurai thing with
Well, also, remember that I was telling you guys about the deal with the company that sold fake rights? Yeah, it turned out we got this letter from Jimco, which is a label in Japan. They're like, we look forward to a new GWAR album and big sales. We hope to bring them. I always thought that had something to do with the reason we never got back to Japan. Like, sorry about that. But it's like sooner or later, it's gonna crack. You know, people are just gonna freaking say, you know what, GWAR is just not gonna stop. The guys that work for GWAR, the guys that I'm lucky enough to have hooked up with, you know, they're just I mean, there's like, we got to the point that we really couldn't do anything else. This is what we do, you know? And I think GWAR will go just as long as it's still funny.
It's like, Jesus Christ, they're not fucking going away.
They're not going to go away.
They're
just
going
you might as well let them in. You know, give them a TV show, give them a video game, send them to freaking Mongolia if they want. Anyway, just get them out of America.
Even people who have never heard GWAR have heard of GWAR, which is pretty amazing, you know. And we were just talking about it. The whole Beavis and Butthead thing was really funny. How they just loved GWAR, GWAR, GWAR.
That was great. That was like one of the first like kind of big things that happened to us. I remember we were like, when we found out that Mike Judge wanted to do that, we were like, well, this is great. We actually were going to get some money out of this somehow. So, and Viacom was like, no, we don't really do that. We're like, oh, come on. We got to get some money. They're like, well, come on up to New York and we'll talk about it. So we came up to New York, went in there with our lawyer, and they're like, yeah, we're going to give you some money. We're going to give you 0.0006% after we sell 200,000 copies. And here's also a free copy of the video game.
Oh, okay.
And we were just
Great.
like,
Jesus.
That was like music business 101 right there.
Unbelievable.
I still have a shrink wrap copy of that game, though. And that game was ridiculously difficult to play. What it was is like Beavis and Butthead were going to see GWAR, and their dog had eaten their tickets and then barfed little bits of the tickets all over town. And you had to find the tickets. And apparently, like, I've only talked to a few. Actually, John from Adrenaline, I think, actually did finish that game. So
That's hysterical.
I was just coming down here to take a piss. I wasn't like trying to get back on the show, but that's cool.
We're in the middle of a commercial.
Yeah, we got to get back to we got to get back to the commercial read. But David, thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. I had a blast.
Now that we've seen you out of the suit, though, I don't know if we could ever have you back.
We'll think about it.
No, you'll be back.
Hell yeah.
You had a great appearance. Thank you, David.
Thanks,
Had a
man.
blast.
David, a.k.a. Odorous from GWAR. Anthony Guinness.
Yes.
Guinness Beer.
2009 marks the 250th anniversary of Guinness Beer. In honor of this historic event, the brewers of Guinness Stout invite you to join the worldwide celebration with an ice-cold Guinness draft. Look for it on tap at your local pub or pick it up at your local store. Hey, way back in 1759, Sir Arthur Guinness, he signed a 9,000-year lease to brew Guinness at the St. James Gate Brewery. Guinness wants you to share in the celebration. For a limited time only, enjoy a Guinness 250 anniversary stout brewed in honor of 250 remarkable years. Be sure to ask for it at your local bar or store. For more details, visit Guinness.com. And on September 24th, celebrate Sir Arthur Guinness Day. Grab some friends and head to a bar near you to celebrate and enjoy pints of great tasting Guinness draft. Guinness is a trademark of Diageo. Guinness USA, Norwalk, Connecticut. Please drink responsibly.